What's up, and welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 473, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 27-26 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't... What?
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 Who?
I was ready.
I was calling for my own.
I thought you were suspending.
Myself, yeah.
In the middle of the intro?
You can do it whenever you want. I was just doing the action. You didn't have to stop.
I thought that you were suspending me because I fucked something up. Did I fuck something up?
No.
No. Well, now you have, definitely. But before
No,
that,
you did.
you were cruising. No, for sure not.
What
I've
are you
never seen a
suspended for?
toss during the intro. That's a first.
We've absolutely tossed during the intro.
But maybe
No.
me, not directly towards yourself.
Yeah.
I've never made the action, but because it was me, I was ejecting myself. This is all staying in.
Yeah.
And he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Suck one. What? Who got suspended and for what?
I missed tied in the eighth.
That's.
I don't think that's a
all right, what's the?
Is that a
All right,
suspension?
what's the? That's not an automatic suspension. What's your reason why?
I pride myself as a man of faith to make tied in the eighth whenever, wherever. I don't care where, what's happening, what's going on.
Yeah.
And specifically, I tweeted at Steve earlier today, I'll probably be at a kid's birthday for a tied in the eighth. And then it happened, and I wasn't there to receive the call. So that's on me.
I might have to suspend you because I was also at a kid's birthday and I was there. So
I understand.
Listen.
Completely.
What was the circumstance? Like, were you like occupied during the kid's birthday and you didn't see the link, or did you see the link and you were like, I'm at a kid's birthday?
No, I didn't ignore a link. When I saw the link, I texted immediately, "Oh no," which was
Quite the
an
link.
hour and 11 minutes after the link was sent.
Yeah, he
so
saw
what
the link
happened
post
was
game. Yep.
I showed up at the party at, I believe, when was this link sent? I want to get direct times. 3:26. I believe I got out of the car at 3:25. So I had just arrived. That's when you do the handshakes, the hey, how I is, sure, good. That's when you do all that.
Yeah.
And that's when the link was just piping hot sitting in my pocket. And I didn't look at my phone. Credit to me living in the moment as a real human for once. However, still missed my obligation to tied in the eighth, which is why I was ejecting myself.
Yeah, no, it's coming. But for someone that was in a similar situation, I don't think that it's
Not
rude.
making excuses.
No, not making
Making
excuses.
excuses.
I don't think that it's rude at this point because I think I've established myself as someone who's just gonna do that. So
Correct.
it was my girlfriend's family's child. So like, I mean, no one there gave a fuck like, no one was like, oh, Jared, like, talk to me, be more involved. Like, no one gave a fuck if I was there or not.
Did they judge you?
There was one dude who was there who was like, hey, nice to meet you, big fan. So he cared. He cared that I was doing tied in the eighth.
Correct.
He would have been like, bro, it's tied in the eighth. What are you doing? Like, sitting at this table eating cupcakes. Like, you should be doing tied in the eighth. So I guess Coley.
You also know the person whose child's birthday I was at.
Oh.
Which I think makes it worse because you talk about the most understanding of people.
Yeah, he wouldn't have cared at all.
No, he would have been on it, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah, this just looks worse for you. I was doing
I
tied in the eighth in the ocean. But So the way that it was positioned was if say you guys are at the party, I'm doing this. So the ocean is behind me, but the party is directly in front of me. So the entire party was looking at me being like, what an asshole. Like, look at this guy. like you have like older folks that don't quite know anything about this stuff, like how the internet works. And they're like, is he taking pictures of himself by the water? Like, what a fucking
That would look like
loser.
you're just taking selfies. Like you're just trying to look really good in front of the ocean.
Yeah, but I was talking and I was by myself. So it's like...
Or a FaceTime. Still doesn't look great. It looks selfish. Either way, it's... Yeah.
Yeah, definitely looks like look at me behavior, which is the thing that I do the least of. I hate attention. I hate when people look at me. But it's... What was that look, Steve? What was that?
Oh, no.
What was that?
Oh, no. I didn't say nothing.
That?
I said nothing.
What was that? What was that? You said nothing, but your body language... I'm not a look at me guy. I don't like attention. I don't like when people look at me, talk about me, nothing. I don't like that stuff. I don't like that. What do you mean? I'm
saying nothing. I haven't said nothing. I'm the last person getting suspended right now.
Yeah, you haven't said anything. I feel like these guys, these other two fucking chuckle fucks over here.
I was laughing at Steve trying not to laugh.
I haven't said nothing.
Steve, you think I like attention? I hate it.
No, dude. Come on. Oh,
Steve's gotta go. Steve's gotta go.
How are you suspended before Coley?
Because that was egregious. I very openly don't like when the attention is on me. I don't like that. Ever? I don't like that. Coley, did I dance at your wedding?
Couldn't
do it. Wouldn't do it.
Try. No.
I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah, and I was in like the wedding party, and I was like, "Hey, Coley, if we do fucking dance entrances to the ceremony here, count me out. I'm not doing it." Like, I almost don't want to get married so that I don't have to do any of that shit.
Liking attention is not a bad thing. That doesn't imply bad.
Attention whore. That's what you call them, basically.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I said nothing.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I don't like. All right. Listen,
anyway,
I don't like attention. I don't like attention. And Coley missing tied in the eighth. Like, I'm not furious about it. I'm not like, how the fuck could you miss it being at a kid's birthday party? But because I was also at a kid's birthday party, it's a tough look. And now knowing who's Coley.
It was my second kid's birthday party of the day as well. So you went to one, fine and dandy. Ooh. I was on birthday party number 2.
I don't know.
I don't know if he should get tossed. I don't know about this. 2 kid birthday parties?
I don't know, Tyler.
I think something that needs to be taken into account here is Coley was on land. Jared was in the ocean.
I was in the fucking ocean.
They don't even have Wi-Fi in the ocean.
No.
Coley.
It has not been revealed my location. Tyler's just guesstimating at best.
Could have been in the water.
Sustained.
Wait.
Tyler.
Coley, were you on land or in the ocean?
It's irrelevant. The point's thrown out. You already lost this point.
Coley, you missed one of the best Tyler one-liners of all time. Like, when we're on tie in the eighth, and I'm not showing the party in front of me, I'm showing the ocean behind me. And Tyler goes, do you mind if I ask like what ocean that is? Like as if me telling him that it's the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Like is gonna dox me in my location.
My exact location right now is the Atlantic.
Yeah,
that's where I am.
This right here is the Atlantic Ocean. There were no landmarks. There was nothing behind me but just the deep blue sea.
Literally any beach ever was behind him.
Yeah, like someone, like one of the 15,000 people that tuned in for Todd in the Eighth was going to be like, "We got him. It's the Atlantic. He's in the Atlantic. We got it. Let's go. Swarm this party. Swarm the kids' party. We found him. Atlantic Ocean." You just put Atlantic Ocean in your GPS.
Right, that's all we needed.
Yeah, that's all we needed.
Not only is the Atlantic gargantuan, but even just the topic of oceans, you get a 25% shot. You know what I mean? We got 4 of those suckers.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, even if I told you that, like, I went to the Wakefield Lake the other day. Imagine if I just told you, like, the time that it would take to find me, even just at a little ass lake in Wakefield. Hours, days, maybe. Steve?
41 million square miles, the Atlantic Ocean.
It's a lot. That's troubling.
I mean, thank God no one kicked the door down to this party that I was at.
Also, who knows what would have happened? They probably would have killed you. If they found you, you're probably dead right now.
Yep. Yeah.
We've started operations on here talking about Reens. Who knows who could be targeting us? It could be international. It could be anybody.
It's true. Yep. The entire chat was like, whoa, ocean doxing.
If it's not too personal, what's the name of that body of water behind you?
Yeah.
It's called respect, baby.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate
At its core, it is respectful, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't want people to find me. Which, I mean, by all means, if they were able to find me, then come on by. There was a bouncy house, some ice cream cake. It was a good time. I had a good time. Huh?
On the boat?
Brother, I wasn't on a boat.
Reveal what you were on.
Land. It's blowing his mind that you can have the ocean in the background while standing on land.
I don't think this guy knows about shores.
He was not in the middle of the ocean, Tyler.
Yeah, so it's like the house, their backyard is like the fucking ocean. Yeah, like they have like a patio, and then there's like a little drop down cliff, and then it's the ocean.
Yeah,
I'm out on you. I'm completely out, Jared. Coley, you don't deserve your suspension.
I never said I was on a boat.
I thought that.
You fucking forced the boat on me. I never said... Jake, did I ever say I was on a boat?
No, Tyler just came in talking boat, and no one ever said anything about it.
It gave boat vibes. You had a boat. Look, everything about it looked like a boat.
I get it. I saw
the
what
anchor.
It looked like. That was why it was funny. I was standing in the middle of the ocean.
Rally
but
waves.
That's camera effects, baby.
There you go. See, the tough part here with suspensions in professional leagues, a lot of times they count in what's happened before in your past. Coley has a clean record in the state of Maine. I don't know if it feels right if this is going to be his first Maine suspension.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I think if I really, like, the barometer for me is if I was going to suspend Coley, it would have happened by now.
Oh, hours ago.
Yeah. Tyler?
Where I have to step in here and just be very honest and be upfront. And this is coming out of Coley's mouth. I just want to say that. This is out of Coley's mouth.
He's trying to rat.
The location here, he said, does not matter whatsoever. So we need to take that out of this conversation.
What location?
You are talking about Coley in Maine.
Exactly.
Well, he's physically in Maine now. He would be getting tossed in Maine right now if he got tossed.
Yeah, he's been suspended twice, but it was the first time that he ever got suspended in Maine.
Yeah. This would be.
It
still hasn't happened yet. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm stepping away.
Tyler, you think Coley should be suspended?
No, I would never put that on somebody else. I'm just putting my thoughts out there.
Okay, it sounds like you're advocating for his suspension.
No, I would never do that to Coley.
I just want to clarify.
It's like the guy on death row, like walking up to the electric chair being like, guy stole a pack of gum. Put him in here. Put him in here with me.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't hitting the button. That's all I'm saying.
I try to hit my own button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commendable.
Yeah, it is commendable. Jake, what do you think?
I don't know. We're 13 minutes in. I feel like you would have had to pull the trigger earlier.
We always ask how these shows go long. It's like,
yes, the trial of Coley Mick. Steve, what
how
do you
the hell is it 3 hours again? I think I know why.
What do you think? What do you think about this this potential suspension for Coley missing tied in the 8th? Have you missed one yet this year, Coley?
Tied in the 8th?
No, and like he's been on tied in the 8th in a fucking Publix in Florida. He's been on tied in the 8th during a Celtics playoff game. Like I feel like you've earned some tied in the 8th equity, so to speak.
Dude's got great intentions. I mean, if you're getting a new hat in Florida, still doing tied in the 8th, come on now, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think you've done tied in the 8th in situations where someone like Tyler probably would have bitched out and not done it.
Are you fucking me?
I'm talking. I think what, Tyler?
Thank you. I have not missed one. I've also stepped up when you guys were fucking around in Portland, by the way. I was the one who stepped up.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were fucking carrying the brand, interviewing Marcelo Meyer and fucking Nick York and Blaze Jordan and Roman Anthony because you wouldn't show up to do it. You didn't want to be there.
You left me to die at work, Jared. You left me to die, and you know you did. Secondly, at Martha's house, who created a setup to make sure they were there for tied in the eighth?
Probably Martha. if we had a,
for being honest,
she deserves no fucking credit here.
Wow.
Wow. That was strong.
You're not suspending me on her behalf.
That's for Martha. That's for Martha. I don't even care.
Shots fired. That was
I don't even care if she didn't build your setup. I don't like your tone.
Yeah. She's a respectable young lady.
The trial of Coley Mick to decide whether he's suspended or not. Everyone has got a suspension except for Coley. Yeah.
Jake better watch out. He might be next year.
Yeah. Jake's never been suspended. He's the only person that hasn't been suspended.
I can't imagine the circumstance.
What does Jake do that's suspendable? I genuinely don't know.
What does Jake have to do to get suspended?
That's more rhetorical. Like I'm saying, he doesn't do suspendable stuff.
No, he doesn't. No. He's a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the final ruling here is no suspension for Coley. Don't let it happen again. I think the fact that you did tied in the eighth for multiple scenarios where, again, someone like Tyler would have bitched out and not done it. You did do it. You did it on vacation. You did it out in public. Like so that builds up tied in the eighth equity. And on the flip side of that, it is a bad look when you're at a kid's party. And I know the father of the child would not have minded at all if you were on tied in the eighth.
No.
And I was also at a child's party today and still did it. That's not a good look. But I think it's you just missed one.
This is a warning, right? It's just a warning.
This is a simple written warning. Mm-hmm. Simple written warning.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't try and hide it either. I came in here. I owned it. So again, some Tyler probably wouldn't do. I'll throw probably on there.
Why am I catching every shot here when I have been a noble citizen again and again? Honorable, some would say.
I wouldn't.
That's fine.
Yeah, who are these some you speak so highly of?
The people.
That's specific.
I'm not going to put anyone out there who doesn't want to be put out there. Supporting me is a dangerous business, clearly.
I don't think so. The Milliken militia is loud and strong and proud. They don't.
They're
hide
beaten
in the
daily.
We
get hit every day.
Yeah. The people who support me take a beating every day.
I don't make it easy on them. I know I don't. That's why I appreciate it.
They are publicly assaulted every day.
Yeah.
It'd be a sick fuck to be on my side.
Yeah. Yeah. Red Sox 9-0 on the Lord's Day.
Hey, no jumping ahead.
Yeah, no jumping ahead here. That's obviously in the series finale. Because once again, not that I want it to be correct series prediction. It's a 1 out of 3. It's not something I love being right about. But it was necessary at the time to have to throw that out there. Also have to throw out there that Underdog is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game. Well, that's as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. I will stand by this, that Underdog has the best baseball promos in the game, and we will be doing many, 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 many more as soon as fucking Shooty Hoops wraps up and Slappy Puck and all that. Then baseball has center stage, which means one thing. Those excellent baseball promos with Underdog will be even more frequent and even more, let's say, catered to the Section 10 audience. Make sure that you sign up with the promo code Jared, that is Jared, to get up to $250 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That is Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Let's you want to talk some ball here?
Let's do it.
Do a little ball talk. A little holiday ball talk. Oh yeah, there it is. There's that first pitch baseball, Coley. Hold it up. Oh yeah,
Woo.
Sea Dogs. The Sea Dogs was the thing. I'm gonna cover my mouth.
Bleep all of that.
Cut that out, Jake.
Long bleep. Let's have a bleep for the entire length of that.
15-second bleep.
15-second bleep, please.
Yeah. Are we keeping that a
Yeah,
secret?
we can just cut. We can cut all of that. I think we are, so we can just cut all of that.
Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna cut it. We can bleep it.
All right.
Beep. Yeah.
Yeah, bleep sounds like that, Jake. If you didn't know.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just if you want to
I
just
would play just like hilarious sound effects.
Yeah.
just
Jake over
all
here, like,
sorts
what
of
the hell does he mean? Bleep? What is bleep? What the hell is bleep?
like that, like a beep, like that.
There you go.
Yeah. Or just what Coley said. Use sound effects. What kind of sound effects, Coley?
Ask not what your country can do for you. Da, 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 da. That's all, folks. Stuff like that, you know?
Just
Yeah.
Copy that and throw it right there.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that works for me. We can keep it a surprise.
Cool.
Coley.
I have to get this off my chest. Has nothing to do with baseball, but has to do with someone on this panel infiltrating one of my dreams the other night
Oh.
and just tearing me to shreds.
Jake?
I got an idea.
Jake would never.
Well, Dream Jake could be a
Could
menace for all
absolutely
we
never.
know.
That's true. But no, this was Steve and his lovely girlfriend just tearing me apart. And I woke up and I was like, he's not wrong. He just absolutely tore my character
What did
to
he say?
shreds because I was late for something. Just that I was the worst. And I woke up being like, it was hurtful, but not inaccurate.
Wait, Elaine was flipping out too?
Oh, yeah, she was on your side.
Oh, okay.
I
He's
would hope
right.
so.
You're always late. What the hell? And those sound effects, my goodness. No, that's I hate hearing that. I apologize for what I have done.
No. Again, I woke up agreeing with Dream Steve.
When are you
Dream-
late? You're not late.
No,
Tied in the eight?
so like the whole crux of the dream was me and Jared, of course, were playing in a basketball tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And
Balls like
I had to go to his house, and he was like, "Come on, we gotta go." And I was dicking around doing something, so he went without me.
Mm.
And then I showed up much later. A lot of weird shit, dream shit happened. And then when we got back, you were there, just like, you just keep fucking off. You think you're so full of yourself. And I was just like, yeah, no, this is all true. This is all pretty accurate. So I apologize to Dream Steve.
All right. No, I accept
Wow.
your apology. I just, it's unfortunate that dreams get so weird. I had one where I turned down like 3 commencement speeches. Who the hell was asking me to do a commencement speech?
3?
Yeah,
And
3.
you were like, I'm all set.
It was like same weekend. They're like, all right, well, we want you for this one. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I can't do that one. I was getting real picky with what commencement speeches I do. I don't know, man. Dreams are weird. Jerry, you have any weird ones lately?
I don't really remember my dreams. No, I don't. No, not recently. No. Usually, be like, if I have a bad dream, like a scary dream, like I wake up and I'm like, that would make a great movie. Like people wake up from their bad dreams and they're like, and I wake up and I'm like, yeah, let's write this. I don't really. I tend to not remember my dreams. I tend to not dream. Everyone dreams, you just don't remember them. I just don't remember them.
Happens.
Yeah.
Game 1?
Oh, yeah, my dreams have been great, guys. Thank you for asking, you dickhead.
Well,
I thought he was going to pass a baton, but it did not get
No,
passed.
it's fine. It's cool. I'm doing great mentally, clearly. Game 1.
Coley.
Jake, what kind of dreams were you rocking with over
Yeah,
there?
Jake, how are you doing? First of all, how are you doing mentally? Second of all, how are your dreams?
Appreciate you asking. Doing great mentally.
Thank you.
Had a dream recently that Tyler hit me with a dump truck, so gonna try to steer clear of him for a bit.
Just backing that thing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, before we move on to the notebook, Coley, we got called out because I said I would give Tyler $50 if he could tell me what the Helga G. Pataki Arnold shrine was made out of, and he said pigskin. The correct answer was
Like a football.
bubblegum. And then he had people defending him because there was another shrine, apparently. Not the main shrine was out of bubblegum, so like you're wrong anyway.
It changed every episode.
No, it didn't. It was always bubblegum.
That's not accurate.
This is what I was reading in the subreddit.
Yes, the subreddit is also wrong. The internet, believe it or not, Tyler, isn't always correct.
Our fans are never wrong.
No, they were in this case. Also, they were saying how, like, oh, she had a shrine of Hey Arnold that was made from a football. Well, footballs stopped being made out of pigskin many.
You also got this from the subreddit. Are you kidding me? You can't make an argument from the subreddit then.
Well, your thing from the subreddit is hearsay. Mine is documented, just factual information.
All I'm saying, if you type in football synonym, pigskin pops up every single time.
Yeah,
I think that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, but you weren't.
But I was, and you're robbing me blind here. Potentially 2 to 3 orders from the 99.
I also believe part of the reason she had multiple was the gum one was found and stolen. Or destroyed, rather.
It's out of my hands.
I do vividly remember what she would say. Oh, and my Arnold. Do we have one of those sound bites? I can try to find one. Those were always a gem.
Helga G. Pataki talking about Hey Arnold.
Yeah, I mean, she would give good speeches about Arnold.
Yeah, but she was like the original bipolar person.
Yeah, it was
first one ever.
You never knew what you were going to get.
You want my Cash App, Jared, or Venmo?
No, you actually got the question wrong. So, yeah.
Lack of
Maybe I
accountability
don't
once
hate you
again.
as much as I thought, okay? I guess maybe I even kind of like you. Say that I like you. You did this for me?
Is that the movie? I feel like I haven't seen that before.
I don't think. See, I was talking about the stuff like up in her like shrine. That was the face to face, which was a shocking moment, but still relevant.
Yeah, you're talking about when they would be talking, Arnold would walk away, she'd pull out the locket, and then what was it, Stinky? No, it wasn't Stinky. Who would pop up? The nerd behind him, and she would punch him in the face and break his glass. Eugene, thank you.
No, it was Brainy, right? Wasn't it Brainy?
I think his name,
because Eugene was the one that would just always mess up. Anything would go well, it would mess up.
Right. Yep.
Hey,
Steve's right.
Arnold mouth breather.
Yeah, Eugene was the kid who had like the can opener haircut, and
I felt bad for Eugene. Some of those episodes, I'm like, can we have Eugene get anything? Can he get something going his way? Like he always ended up
full episode.
Yeah, well, then he'd get hit by a car, and I'm like, can we please just have him have one good day? I feel terrible for this guy.
Why?
Brainy would always get his glasses broken, punched in the face.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Brainy definitely had some concussions. It was right to the dome every time.
Oh
yeah. Anyways, on to the note. Game one here. Okay. Game 1 is May 24th. Game 1 of the series. Game 51 of the season. First line here says Dom Smith is tearing this team apart. E3 to start the game in the first inning.
Respect his bat. He has been hitting lately.
We'll get there. If Jarren Duran is in an all-star this year, the system is broken. That's correct take. Ceddanne Rafaela just made the Coco Crisp Mike Timlin free truck catch. Does anyone know what I mean by that? In 2006.
One in left center.
Yes. I believe it was David Wright that hit it. I can't remember. It might be right about that.
That feels right.
Red Sox Mets, let's say, summer of 2006, and Coco made a diving catch going from right center to left center, and Mike Timlin bought Coco Crisp a truck for that catch.
Was David
Which
Wright,
is
by the way.
Crazy because A, Mike Timlin was a relief pitcher, and B, it was like fucking a June game. Like if it was like you saved us in the World Series, like I get it. Like it was just a regular ass like Friday night game at Fenway. But yeah, shout out to Mike Timlin.
On top of it, only a 35% catch probability. I'm sorry, there's no way friggin' that's
35%.
35%. That is ridiculous.
No way.
He got a ridiculous jump on that ball and still barely got to it.
When he caught the ball, I'm thinking there's just literally no chance. Off the bat, that had gap written all over it. Incredible catch. We'll get to the Apple broadcast. Maybe we do. I don't know if that's in the notes, but I did want to mention something on that bet. Back to you, Jerry.
Yeah, we'll get to that broadcast.
All right.
I got good things to say about the broadcast.
All right. Coley?
38.4 million for Timlin.
How much career earnings?
38.4 per baseball run.
Yeah, by then he had made some coin, that's for sure.
Yeah, tons of coins.
Enough to buy a guy a car in June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like 90s. Like he was making millions in the 90s because he was on those fucking Blue Jays teams that won the World Series. So like that, you put that in like a nice bank account. I'm sure it was he's like maybe a billionaire.
Yeah, it could be. This is from the third inning. This inning could have been different. Rafaela should have caught that. Bunt single, sac fly. Contreras destroys the popcorn. 3-0 Milwaukee Brewers in the third. And we'll get to the popcorn because I'm not done with that.
Okay.
Fuck the popcorn.
I'm not done with popcorn. David Hamilton's redemption story will be sold to Hollywood. 3-1 in the fourth.
Dude. He's
I don't know,
wearing a costume or like there's Pedroia's in there or something. I don't know what's going on. He's doing everything right. It's crazy.
He started now 9 of the last 11 games, last 7 games, or excuse me, last 15. 308, 357, 513.
And the fielding, like who is this guy?
I think like even his fielding, even when he makes the play, it still makes me nervous because he's got to like crow hop and triple step to throw the ball to first base from shortstop. Like he will never, I mean, I'm sure he's a very nice guy. From what I hear, he is. I don't think he'll ever be an everyday shortstop at the big league level. Like he just looks so unnatural at the position where he has to put everything he has just to make a routine throw to first base from shortstop. He has to put his whole body, like pound a Red Bull to get the ball there in the air.
I do laugh because every time we talk about David Hamilton, we have to preface with, I bet he is the nicest
Super
guy.
nice.
What if he sucks? Like, there's a chance he sucks. He probably is nice. He looks like a nice guy. He seems to carry himself well.
Nice.
He looks very nice, but at
Very
least
nice.
now we can say he looks like a nice guy, and he's playing nice. Which
Yeah, he's
wasn't the
playing
case
nice.
before.
He's earning these opportunities at short and second. He's earning the opportunity. Before it was like, why the fuck is this guy out there? But now it's like, yeah, David Hamilton, like you're doing it. Nice guy. This line here says Christian Yelich was born to hit at Fenway Park. He kicked our ass the whole series. He loves hitting at Fenway. I talked to him about that when the Brewers were in town in 2022.
Yeah, that's your guy. He loves seeing you at the park.
Yeah, I love Yelly. That's my boy. RBI double 4-1 Brew Crew in the fifth. Adames with the dagger. We're done for. 2-run double makes it 6-1 in the fifth. Cutter, man. This line is gross, and it pains me to read it. 4 1/3, 89 pitches, 58 strikes, 7 hits, 6 earned runs. 6. Ugh. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, gave up a homer. The ERA has been jacked up to 289. T-Dog, what the fuck happened?
It all goes to the sweeper. He had no feel for it whatsoever.
He didn't throw it, right?
Yeah, 11% of the time in this start. For the season, he's been at 22%, so it was just 4-seamer cutter the whole way. Couldn't put anyone away, and when you do that, Eventually, guys are going to end up smoking the ball off you.
Yeah, the sweeper wasn't sweeping. And now, once Cutter gave up 6 earned, now I'm just pissed. So the next line here says, the guy's popcorn got knocked over. Who the fuck cares? Shut the fuck up. I mean, they talked about this guy's popcorn every inning. And listen, I thought the broadcast was great. I thought, you didn't like it, Steve?
I don't think it was bad. I don't know who the second guy was in the booth.
Yeah.
But he was really leaning into like the cliche stuff of like, oh, that catch by Rafael is like a New England Patriots wide receiver making
No one's
a play.
ever caught a touchdown like that. I'm sorry. I've never seen a play like that.
I was like, that's just definitely not like a receiver catching a ball at all.
In comparison to Apple broadcasts in the past, it was noticeably much better.
Well, credit to like Trisha's really good. The Rays silent reporter.
Trisha Whitaker.
She's great. And then whoever the main guy was in the booth is really good too. But then, they lean into the chowder stuff and it's just, nothing quite like, you ever have chowder? I'm like, oh, God, we got to do this again. Like, it's every single time with the national broadcast at Fenway, especially the Apple one. Oh, and would you look at that green? Oh, it's just such a big wall. It's like this place has been here for like 112 years. We all know, man. Even if you're a fan of the Marlins, like you're well aware of what Fenway looks like and what goes on there. So I do get it. They go into these games with an agenda of we got to hit X, Y, Z. But yeah, to your point, Jerry, the popcorn, I had it on mute for like the last 4 or 5 innings because it wasn't like a protest to the broadcast. It was more just the game sucked. And every time I looked up, they were showing a popcorn replay or the guy getting new popcorn. It was crazy.
Over under on the time, the number of mentions the word popcorn, 29.5.
Yeah, over.
Yeah.
That they made the Hamilton makes it look easy play. Your call on the play where he's like charging in, he gets it on like the short hop. It's like making it. They should have maybe stopped the game and brought out his family for that play. They were just like routine for Hamilton, and I know they're not always watching the Red Sox, but I feel like they should have known like this guy has not made a play all year. This should be like celebrated.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if sorry, T-Dub, I just wouldn't mind if the Apple broadcast adopted what the Cock did and what Roku did, which is using an announcer from each team. I love that. I think that's like the right way to do it. And so you can give a little vibe and actually learn something about the teams instead of just, Fenway. Oh, man, it's been here a while. Tyler?
No, I just didn't understand having the fan explain how he missed the ball. It'd be one thing if he made this ridiculous catch, right? Like jumped up, one hand, whatever. Why is he breaking down what I just saw him clearly miss? Like he did what happens 99% of the time. And yet he's breaking it down like we've never seen that before.
Oh, so that's a hard ball to catch. That thing was smoked.
Of course. And then they have the Brewers broadcaster coming by and delivering him popcorn on top of it.
A little too cute.
Please.
A little too cute.
I like him, by the way.
Oh, he's a good dude. Just a little cute.
So I think I broke his arm.
I don't know.
The guy going down the slide too fast. You know what I'm talking about.
No, that's
okay.
Not him. No,
all right.
no.
All right.
No. Tim's a former player.
Yeah, he played, yeah.
Yeah, dude that broke his arm. I don't know. I have a T-shirt with his picture on it, giving the thumbs up with the fucking cast on. Yeah, this line sucked for Cutter.
Tim Dillard.
Yep.
Tim Dillard. 2 stars ago was when I said Coley.
Bailey got a ton of praise when everything was going right with the rotation. I'm not saying let's like fire him.
I knew this,
but
we got to get rid of him. Get him out of here.
No. Obviously not what I'm saying, but like, did we overpraise him too early? I know certain people out there are penciling him in to be like the next manager of the team. Is that like, all right, let's calm down a little bit? Or is it just like he's doing the best with what he's got? Like, do we take it out on the players, the pitch, the coach? Like, what's the right amount of like pie to go around for people?
Jared?
So my thought on this is that Red Sox fans were so desperately thirsty to feel good
and
about
us.
Something. No, we are Red Sox fans.
Yeah, we
We're
count.
No, I know, but I don't want to make it sound like it's just other people.
Oh, no,
like us as well.
We are very much a part of this. Yes. We were so thirsty to celebrate something that was genuinely good. Because I feel like The other things that we would find fucking anything just to get a little suckle on success. We would find anything to celebrate. And like that shit most of the time wasn't even like a big deal. Like the success of the Red Sox pitching staff to start the year was historically good. So we were slobbing on that Bailey ball sack because what else were we to do? It was right there. It was right there.
Sure.
And we had to do it. So now that there's some regression, it's not like any of us are shocked. I think we're all just kind of looking at each other like, oh, yep, here's that regression that was definitely coming at some point. Like the Red Sox were never going to lead the majors in ERA this year. Cutter and Houck and Pavetta and, Cooper Criswell, they weren't going to go wire to wire with sub 2 ERAs. Regression was always on the way. So I think it was nice to praise Andrew Bailey for the success that they had early. I don't think you even have to blame anyone for the regression because it was just inevitable. It was always coming.
I don't necessarily know if it's a blame thing as much as it's like we're talking about Cutter just basically abandoning the sweeper in this. You know what I mean? So that's where it's more like, are they, and Tyler, you can go after this, but it's like, are they not trusting themselves when they know they've had success following this? Is it because it's warmer out? Did they change the balls? I know that's another popular theory going around. Have they changed the balls 2 months in because offense league-wide has plummeted through the floor? Questions.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me, like you're still second in overall ERA, third in starter ERA. Cutter not throwing the sweeper, he just couldn't throw it effectively. I think he got to the point where he needed to throw something. What's wrong, Coley? You okay?
I think we all heard that. That was horrifying.
No, you're good. Something crazy happened with your mic, but you're good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But no, it was Cutter lacking feel. And I think where you talk about the Brewers, this is one of the best offenses in baseball, no matter what way you frame it. They're 6 and runs scored. And I think that's going to be the storyline to follow where you're playing a lot of elite offenses in the next couple weeks, whether you want to talk about the Orioles coming up, Braves, Yankees, Phillies, whoever it may be. You're going to get challenged here, but that's what it is. It's regression. Like Cutter came into this start in May. He had a 3.20 ERA in May. You're not going to get another 0.6 like you saw in the first month. And if you really need proof of what Andrew Bailey has done, not to jump ahead, but Tanner Houck, once again today, and what he talked about after the game, we'll get there, I think is just another reminder of what Bailey's done. But at the end of the day, there's a talent level here, and there's a reason why when we talked about ownership, I know some people want to now act like, oh, well, we knew back in spring training how good Andrew Bailey was going to be and how much he was going to transform the staff. Even if he hits everything and he takes these guys as far as they can, they're still going to need more talent in that rotation. That's the reality there. You can obsess over the first month and a half, whatever it is. They still need more talent in that rotation. And if you pretend they don't, I don't know what to tell you. Especially considering the injuries that have taken place. You've lost Garrett Whitlock in that time as well. Like Cooper Criswell, the FIP's near 4. He's going to regress into that. He is not going to be what he has been up until this point.
And there's just inevitable adjustments, too. It's, the Red Sox rotation made adjustments coming into the season about how they were going to approach this year. Now you have teams adjusting to them. We're at the adjustments about the adjustments. Triple adjustments coming up here, and I do trust Bailey.
A trip adjustment?
A trip adjustment coming up.
Wow.
And I trust Bailey to be the guy to handle that. So it does kind of suck. I mean, yeah, with Cutter 1.66 or 1.65 ERA in April, 4.66 in May, that it's not great. And Jerry, you kind of alluded to this, but as a fan, it just blows when it's like the third inning and you're like, man, I already don't know. I already don't know if this is even possible. And then the fifth inning, 6-1, it's like, okay, well, this is over.
And I think that speaks more to the offense and where they're at, where you just know if this team gets down 4 or 5 runs, it's over. This month alone.
What's the number? Well, because I was thinking about this when Jared was talking about it. What's the number where you're like, there, it's over? Is it 4?
Yep.
Yeah, 4. I jump right in.
3 or 4's up. Okay. Yep.
I think it's 4.
Yeah,
3. I mean, 3. It might be 3. I don't know that they can come back from 3 routinely.
Tyler, can you put your 4 up? Coley, Jake, there we go. All right.
Yeah,
I think it's 4.
Yeah. The way that was it the Apple broadcast where they were like, oh, this is a big run out there. Like they could have like a big 9th. Like they were talking about it like Like the game wasn't already iced when they were down 4. I was like, no, the game's fucking over, bro.
They made
It's
it
over.
7-2 in the 9th. I'm like, brother, we've
Like
known this has
fucking
been over since
grand
the 5th inning.
slams in the 9th inning are just a common thing that happened throughout the league. The
Cora
fuck are you
told Chase
talking about?
Anderson to go eat shit. Like, go, buddy. You're going to throw until your fucking arm falls off. Have fun.
Yeah.
70 pitches. We don't care. Keep
Yeah.
throwing.
I didn't even recognize who it was at first. I'm like, oh, right, we're at that stage of the game. This is awesome.
With Chase Anderson. Yeah. Next line here says Dom Smith with a pointless, stupid
Tyler-
ass home run.
Tyler,
Oh, no.
was
I just
that?
wanted to make sure Jared acknowledged that before getting to the end of the game here.
Dom Smith with a pointless, stupid ass home run. 6-2 in the 6th.
How can you do this to Dom Smith?
Well, it was a
Why?
pointless, stupid ass home run. Like it meant nothing.
he hit the shit out of that ball.
Someone's
Yeah, when-
trying. Someone's fighting.
Yeah, it went to dead center. Yeah, Red Sox lose 7-2.
Of all balls to smoke, it's tough that that's the one when you're down. Yeah.
He's been hitting for 7 games now. 300, 417, 450.
Didn't ask.
Way better than Garrett Cooper.
Garrett Cooper sucks, by
He's
the way.
been bad.
worst.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
won't
bad
fight it.
person.
Never expect anything when he comes up.
Yeah.
He's like
Terrible
Eeyore
guy.
in the box.
Feeble. That was my nickname in high school.
Eeyore?
Eeyore in the
Milliken?
box.
Yeah,
Eeyore in the
there-
box.
There are a couple teachers that used to say my tone was very similar. I had like similar energy.
EIP.
So you've
Here he
been-
comes.
You've been negative all this time. It's not just when you're trying to trade half the team when we sweep the Rays.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
a sad
surprised
human
you haven't
being.
mentioned Garrett Whitlock being done for the year yet.
You did.
Oh, you did?
I'm actually, based on the levels of happiness, this is the best outcome for a guy who needs elbow surgery. He should be ready early 2025, maybe, within that first month
Perfect.
in April.
Perfect.
I'll take it.
Yeah, no disrespect to Whitlock, but I'm fine if that's all we talk about it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say. I feel
There's
like
just
we've
nothing
already
to say.
done-
And I do feel bad, but we've kind of already discussed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we've beaten that thing.
Zero disrespect. Couldn't be less
Zero
disrespect.
days. No disrespect. No
Coley,
disrespect.
you got some
Coley?
disrespect over there?
Yeah, you gonna disrespect him?
Kinda. There's no fucking chance they bring him back as a starter again, right?
They
Like they
can't.
can't.
No, they
Uh-oh,
Oh, my
Tyler.
God.
Uh-oh, what has Tyler got?
I'm just saying Sean McAdam has been on like this run of telling people if you blame him starting on any of this happening, you were extremely wrong. You were being irresponsible with how you're viewing Whitlock and what happened to him. I tend to lean more in your guys' camp. I'm ready to put him in the bullpen, but I don't know if that's coming from the Red Sox and he's kind of just feeding that opinion out there or whatever it may be, but he is standing on it and he is making sure that anybody who will listen, there's no way you can tell whether Whitlock's a starter or not based on what happened, simply because he only made 4 starts, and that's not enough if you're a starter and your body can't handle it to break down. I disagree with that entire theory because you build up throughout spring training. That's a huge
Right.
part of that entire equation where you're doing that. I think you go back to last year, and people say, well, Whitlock got hurt in 2021. Guys, we're talking about such different fucking injuries. He had a pec strain in 2021, which he came right back from and was clutch for you down the playoff run.
Right.
2022 was the hip. That was a weird situation. We know what it was. 2023 and 2024, when he was a starter, his elbow barked 2 different times. 2024, obviously the oblique after 4 starts, he makes 1 rehab start, it barks again. All we can say for sure is when he's been a starter for the Red Sox, the elbows bark 3 times. He had 1 injury as a reliever, and it was a pec strain.
It's just crazy looking at appearances. He had 46 appearances in 2021, and then since then, it is 57 total the last 3 years. Now, I understand it's a little different when you're full reliever and then you get to start a little bit, but still, it tells you something.
And
No.
I'll add on the
Nope,
starter
okay.
thing.
No, you go.
I'm sorry, Jared.
Mhm.
It may be, you can argue it's 4 starts, whatever it is. It may not be pitches 0 through 60. It might be pitches 60 through 80 that
Sure.
are what do the damage, and that's what equals it out. I'm just saying it's hard to ignore what's happened when he's been a starter. If you're going to completely throw that out, I think that's just as irresponsible as saying you're 100% sure he can't start.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't know.
20 pitches 3 times a week is different than 80 once a week.
Especially with how they used him in 2021, where if he pitched 2 innings, it was 2 days off, not even a debate.
Right.
All right, game 2. 2 days in a row with a sneaky opener. Same dude. Jared what?
Okay, Nick.
Yeah, who cares? Red Sox were pissed about this. Lineup didn't come out until half hour before the game on Saturday. The Brewers Like, we had the Stop and Shop look ahead. It looked nothing like the Stop and Shop look ahead because the Brewers just went with the same opener for 2 straight days. And I could tell, the broadcast could tell, Lou was talking about it. The Red Sox were not happy about this internally. So when we get to, not to jump ahead, but when we get to this little skirmish, and what was that, the 7th today?
Yep.
It's like, maybe there was a little bit more under the surface that the Red Sox were kind of ticked off about, more so than just guys bunting. This right here says just a casual 20-minute fan interference delay. That guy, by the way, I guess because I'm a Red Sox fan and grew up a Red Sox fan, that I didn't realize not every ballpark throws out fans that interfere.
I assumed. I thought it was that way everywhere.
Yeah, I guess if you reach over accidentally, that's not like an automatic heave ho in every ballpark. And what is it, like Wrigley, and there's other ballparks that if you catch a home run and you throw it back on the field, you don't get ejected at Wrigley. At Fenway, you definitely do. If someone in the bleachers caught a home run, they threw it back on the field, you're getting thrown out.
Oh,
at Wrigley, it's
guy that hit Stanton. Remember that guy that hit Stanton?
I was going to say, I thought I was making that up for a second. That guy smoked Stanton.
Yeah, he tipped his helmet to him.
He did it, but he definitely got booted for it.
Never saw him getting tossed. Maybe if it's the Yankees, you can drill them.
You can hit the Yankees.
Yes.
You can
Anyone
hit the
else,
Yankees.
you can't.
If you're going to throw the ball back on the field, you have to hit the player.
Yes. I actually, kidding aside, I think that would be a hilarious and good rule. If you can reach the player from the stands, then you stay.
Yeah. If a Yankee player hits a home run, then if you're going to throw the ball back on the field, you have to hit the guy who hit it, and then you can stay. But if you miss, you're gone.
Yeah.
Stanton even, if you go back and watch the clip, he was like, yeah, he was like,
little hat tip.
Throw, dude.
He was confused, and then he's just like, well, the funny thing, he probably assumed he was trying to hit him. This guy was not trying to hit him at all. He just launched it. When he found out it hit him, he must have been like, that's incredible. Now I have this clip forever. That's a double great right there.
That's worth the night in jail if that's what it ended up being.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's
maybe 2 nights. I'd say the weekend, honestly.
Yeah. If it's a holiday weekend. That's why I always say, Memorial Day weekend, do not run on the field because your ass will sit in jail until Tuesday.
That is tough.
There's no judge on Monday for the holiday, so you're going to be sitting there for a while. Don't run on the field. Next line here says, Tyler O'Neill just saved the game in the 2nd inning with a star next to it. Next line here says, Nick Pivetta just got assaulted, 4 straight hits, 5-0, game's over. I mean, Saturday's game was the worst. Terrible. It's 5-0 in the 3rd inning. They're not, not only are they not going to be able to stop the Brewers from scoring, which, they only added 1 more run, but they weren't going to come back from 5-0. They weren't going to do that.
Well, especially we set the number at 4. If the Sox are down 4, the game's over. You can go do other stuff. Once it got to 5, the thing that sucks is 2 outs, nobody on, 0-0 game, walk, hit, steal, walk, double. It was constant. And Pivetta should have already had some earned runs on his line by then. He got out of the bases loaded jam. It's like this guy was getting hit hard all day. We talked about the Brewers having a good lineup and all that, but he did not have his good stuff. I think it was more walks in this outing than he did all season combined. Just tough. We were listening coming back from Cooperstown, my dad and I. Great. The radio call's so good. I know we talk about it. Will Fleming, I praise him all the time. Who's the Tyler, by the way? What's his last name?
Tyler Murray.
He's really good too. Radio call's awesome. Oh, he's the Woo Sox guy. Okay. You put Lou in there, you put anyone in there. So we were listening the whole way back. And even through 6 no-hit innings, they were great. So just wanted to tip my cap to those guys because they kind of said it too, where it's like, it's gonna be hard to come back from this down 5-0 early.
Yeah, Will doesn't sugarcoat anything.
He doesn't. He just lets you know.
He says it in his broadcaster voice. So he
doesn't sound as mean.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as mean. Yeah, it's very soothing.
And we know that's going to be tough to come back, but
Red
still
Sox
have time.
Down 5-0 here in the 3rd. Going to be borderline impossible to win this game. The 2-2. It'll take a miracle if these Red Sox are going to come back to win this one today. 3-1.
Can all but guarantee there's no chance the team's going to come back. Very nice weather today at Fenway. A lot of people here.
I see Wally down by the dugout. I'm sure a lot of folks here would rather be anywhere else but here today.
Just a bit outside, full count.
Nick Pivetta, 3 1/3. 77 pitches, 45 for strikes, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Didn't give up a home run. No homers. The ERA is 4.20.
Yeah, can we hit the applause for that?
Yeah, just a dog shit outing for Pivetta. Why did this happen, Tyler?
Just couldn't throw the ball in the zone and couldn't command. That's really it. The 3 walks, I think Steve kind of pointing that out. That really was a major part of this game. He didn't throw the cutter at all, which is a little weird. He's thrown it 10% of the time, but it was fastball, sweeper, curveball. Just wasn't getting any whiffs, or at least not enough for him to survive. It was 8 total, only 4 off the 4-seamer, 2 off the sweeper. I'm just surprised they didn't have him wear it more. At that point, you're already down 5 runs. Obviously Duran didn't help in center field. He bobbled that ball. You ended up having to use Boozer, Kelly, and Weiser at the very end. If it's Pivetta, who gives a fuck? Go have him throw 100 pitches, 110, but maybe they're still trying to be careful with him off the IL. But you got 4 starts, 2 of them have been bad, and it's been when you've been facing a pretty good offense in the Braves, and obviously the Brewers here. So, I don't know. I think if you were hoping Pivetta was going to make some massive jump or be, suddenly a number 2 pitcher or anything like that, I think he's a starter. I think he's a back-end guy. This is just kind of what Nick Pivetta is.
Very surprised.
No matter what happens,
throw more pitches.
Nick Pivetta will find his way to a mid-4 ERA. No matter what.
That's it.
He could start off amazing. He's going to regress and find his way to a 4.5. He could start off absolutely dog shit, but he's going to find a way to pitch his balls off to get to that 4.5. It's just who he is.
We are going to have segments during this season where we're like, what a start by Nick Pivetta. We're all going to be praising him, and the next game he'll give up 6 and be swearing into his glove. So that's kind of how it's probably going to go. I mean, he gets hot. He is streaky. This is one of his worst starts in 2 years. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but everything just kind of compounded on top of each other.
Yeah. Since he got to Boston, 2021, 4.53, 2022, 4.56, last year, a 4.04, and right now he's a 4.20. Like, this is just fucking who he is. He's telling
Congrats on 1,000 strikeouts. He did
Congrats
do that.
on 1,000 strikeouts. So what is it? The 10th Canadian-born player to do it. Yeah, his ERA with the Red Sox, or just 21 to 24, is 4.38. It's now 4.20. Like, he will find a way to just get to his average. That's just, you can't hate it. He told you what to expect.
1,000 strikeouts.
He does, yeah. When they said that on the on the radio broadcast, I'm like, "There's no way." Nick Pivetta? Are we talking about the same Nick Pivetta? Yeah, he's got 1,000 Ks.
1,000 strike. 1,000's not a lot.
It sounds like
kind of is.
It's a decent amount. Yeah.
No,
he didn't pitch a ton for the Phillies before us. You know what I mean? Like, that was mostly with the Red Sox.
He almost had a 200
kicking with the
strikeout
bullpen
season in 2018.
I mean, like, he only had like. Sure, but he only pitched like 2 seasons for them, right? Or am I just misremembering?
I think he had like 90 appearances with them.
Okay, that's more than I would have guessed.
Still, I don't know. A lot of times we just base stats off of hearing them and like, does that sound right? It was a classic that doesn't sound right that Nick Pivetta has 1,000 strikeouts, but good for him.
Yeah, no, he's got over almost 400 with the Phillies, so I was just way wrong.
Same.
I just realized the Red Sox don't have a hit. This was in the 6th inning. The notebook jinx works. Lead off Raffy double. That was literally the first Red Sox at bat after I noticed. After I wrote down the Red Sox don't have a hit. Willier plays hard no matter what. RBI double 5-1. Here come the Sox? Question mark. Sadan RBI knock makes it 5-2 in the 7th. Well, there goes that. Kelly gives up a bomb. That's an L, 6-2 in the 8th. Impressive at bat for Sadan, but there are no moral victories here. That makes it 6-3 in the 9th. Brewers 6, Red Sox 3, and Tyler O'Neill is hurt.
I actually think there are only moral victories right now.
Except for today.
Sure, no, I get that. But in terms of like what we're looking for the rest of the season, Cedon having tough at bats is exactly what I'm looking for.
I would
thought
like
it was
that with some real
interesting.
victories as well, if I can.
Yeah, I'm
So
not saying
ask for
punt the
such a thing.
season. Yeah, I'm definitely not like go defeated.
Yeah.
Don't lose
Please
out. Is
lose
not
out.
what I'm
We
saying.
only want moral victories the rest of the way.
Well, he also
I did-
built on it today.
Yes.
Sure.
Tyler?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting from Cora after the game, kind of going in and talking about like where Rafaela's swing is at and how he has like a lot of big pieces right now that are just they're trying to condense and trying to get together. And it's nice to see, him string a couple days where the hits are there, but like he's hitting 269 over his last 7. The OBP is also 269. So like you're not going to get the walks with him. It's just such a hard profile to succeed with if he's not consistently like hitting homers or doing something like that. Or else you're going to fall into a lot of these habits. And hey, sometimes he'll beat out a grounder to shortstop like we saw, but I don't know. It seems like he's working through a lot behind the scenes, and they're really trying to get him away from like the modern approach where it's like lifting the ball over and over again. They don't want him doing that. So I don't know what version of Rafaela we're going to see in the next couple months, but I think we're going to see a lot of tweaking from them. And they seemingly want him back in center field as much as possible on top of that.
As they should. As they should. He's a difference maker out there. Any other thoughts on the middle game here?
Tyler O'Neill, I think that entire situation, I know he sucked in May. It's 151, 244, 301, 545. He's been horrendous this month.
Mm-hmm.
But the knee injury for him, I feel like that's not something small. He's not going to play tomorrow. We already know that. Didn't play today. If you take him out of this lineup, even with the rough month he had, and I don't know if it's because of the knee injury or whatever it is, he said it didn't happen on that catch he made earlier in the game.
That's what Will seemed
That's
to think.
another really. He thought it was that?
No. Will Fleming said on the radio broadcast that he was implying that he thought the knee injury was part of why he was bad in May. He was like, something is going on with Tyler O'Neill, and I think when they take a look, they're going to find da-da-da-da-da.
So he talked about it a little bit. Apparently, it has been bugging him, and when he tweaked it while at the plate on a swing and a miss in the 7th, that's when they were like, all right, you're done for the day. So if we're looking at Tyler O'Neill, a guy who hasn't exactly performed well when he's dealt with injuries before, we might not be looking at him at least getting back to, call it a well above league average bat like he was. I'm not saying April's repeatable, but, a number 3 hitter or a number 5 hitter, I'm a little concerned if we're going to get that version of him back without an IL stint.
We do, like, the last week or so, or even really most of this month, I equate it to a basketball game where you don't even realize a certain guy's out there. Like, I know Tobias Harris comes up a lot in that discussion for the Sixers, where it's like, oh, right, was he even on the court? Tyler O'Neill's kind of been in that stage where it's like, I don't even really recognize his at-bats. Like, you're not even like, oh, right, he's up. Technically, he could do something here. I don't think he will, and then he strikes out, and kind of on we go. Now, if it's injury-related, you obviously give him more of a pass, but it's been noticeable with the lack of run production for the Sox.
It's just hard without him because then you get these versions of the lineup where Garrett Cooper's 3 and Dominic Smith is 5. Like, that's where you end up when you don't have Tyler O'Neill there, and any major league team doing that is awful.
How much of that, I guess that was today, but how much of that was also like this fucking Brewers team, this Mickey Mouse pitching changes before the game? Like, oh, we're actually going to start a reliever. You know what I mean? Like, Willier was batting, 6th on Saturday because they thought the lefty was going. Like, Willier and Devers should be in that 2-3. I don't give a fuck about lefty, like the rest of the way.
Well, that is the kind of thing that AC would hate the most, by the way. I know we alluded to it earlier. There's probably nothing that pisses him off more than like you messing around with who your pitcher's going to be, and that makes him look dumb with his lineup. Like, I'm sure he had some choice words for what the Brewers did this weekend.
Yeah, he I can guarantee you he was rip shit about that. I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
That's what he should be. It's fucking the end of May. Like they're fucking around like it's like a World Series match and they're trying to hide injuries and shit. Like, dude, just throw your starter. And I typically don't agree with, oh, you get the starter has to go 5 innings, this, that, and the third. I usually disagree with a lot of what this guy says, but shout out Bill James. I thought he had a pretty decent solution.
Who's online?
Because all this time, he is super online. All this time, I've seen people suggesting starters going to go 5 innings, which seems insane. if you're just out there getting fucking shelled and you can't get out of the inning. Like, that's an insane suggestion. He said they have to go 5. You can pull them if they've given up a run. Like, if you have not given up any runs, you're out there, pal. You can't, none of this opener shit, basically.
I like the double hook. I think that's the best method to kind of go about
I
fixing
hate
it.
that.
Why don't you like it? Because
hate
it just
so
takes
much.
the DH and elite hitter out later.
Well, it's just like that. I get that they are technically bound, like the designated hitter is DHing for the pitcher. You can technically DH for any position. So at a certain point, would you DH for the second baseman just to, it's like, all right, I'm going to pull my pitcher. Now what? Now what are you going to do?
In terms of what? Like, so if you took your DH and had him play second base, is that what you're referring to? Like, just make him play bad defense?
No, the designated hitter, like your pitcher can hit. Like you don't have to DH for the pitcher. You can DH for any position.
Yeah, but the idea is with the double hook, it's going to be that you have to lock the pitcher into that spot, right?
You'd have to change more than one rule is what I'm saying. You'd have to change multiple rules.
I believe that's what they will try to do in that case. And that's been what Jason Stark, he came up with it originally over the last couple of years. That seems to be the rule they like the most. I'm not against that. That's a conversation too, but I don't know. I think
I will never
win
win a World Series again if that's a rule. Like, though, you can chalk it. Like the Boston Red Sox have won 4 World Series in modern times. They've all happened on the backs of dominant DHs. All 4 of them.
That's true.
Facts.
That is true. All right, final game of the series. First line here says Vaughn Grissom continues to hurt my baseball team.
That's not fair. Come on.
No, it's fair.
In the first inning, they both dropped a ball in the sun. No one could see it.
Okay, he still has like an OPS of like 310.
Not fighting on that, but he did smoke a ball to left field today.
Okay, was it a hit?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
We're not killing him for the sun. There's plenty of shit to kill him for. I don't think that's it.
I'm not doing that. I like Vaughn Grissom. Am I starting to get a little irritated watching Chris Sale pitch for the Braves and Vaughn Grissom have a 3-something OPS? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that I regret the trade. I don't. Still do the trade. 5 years of Vaughn Grissom for 1 year, presumably, of Chris Sale. You still do the trade. Coley?
Who's having a better season relative to expectations, the Red Sox or the Braves?
Wait, say that again?
Gonna go Sox there.
Who's had a better season relative to preseason expectations, the Red Sox or the Braves? It's not. I don't think it's particularly close. Braves have been awful.
And
They haven't been awful.
Yeah, what was
30
the
and 20. Braves? Yeah, they have.
Look bad.
They're not awful. 30 and 20.
They're not awful. And they lost Spencer Strider, and Acuna hasn't done shit. So it's like, to be 30 and 20 without your best pitcher and your best position player doing dick is pretty
Sean
good.
Murphy.
Yeah. I think the answer is still the Braves, if we're being honest.
I don't think
If I told you, hey, Spencer Strider's not going to throw a pitch and Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to be an ass player and then get hurt.
an ass.
And then get hurt and probably miss the next month and still be 10 games above 500, you'd be like, damn. But if you told me the Red Sox were a fucking 500 team through the first 53 games, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds right.
Not
Like,
with the injuries, though.
Yeah,
I
like
guess
That's what our
with the
tone was before the
you
season.
act like the Red Sox have been super healthy. Like we've had similar injuries. No,
I
we
guess.
obviously don't have an Acuna level player.
They're a 500 team.
1 over, baby.
Sure.
Here we go.
There we go. Anyways, Will Abreu just made a fool out of the Sun in the 4th.
Yeah.
I've been watching the Savannah Bananas the last few nights, and they do all these trick plays and everything. Like, he basically caught that ball fucking behind his back. Like that. Like, Will Abreu would have gotten credit for a trick play. It was because he couldn't see the ball because of the sun, but it was basically a Savannah Bananas trick play.
I don't know how he caught the ball. He did like a full 360 and just threw his glove out and caught it. Credit to him. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the Red Sox have barely been defeated by the Sun this year, and the road team is getting crushed by the Sun, which is a nice little change of pace. I've enjoyed that storyline. Adames, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone give up on a pop-up in the Sun quicker than he did. He was ducking for
was just
cover.
like-
And then that was little league stuff, like putting the arms over the head. Like, I don't want to get hurt by this thing.
Well, getting hit
which-
by a baseball sucks.
No, it does suck, but it's like,
Sucks.
man, doesn't
Yeah.
look great. I'd almost rather the
You ever got hit-
Christian Arroyo.
You ever got hit by a baseball, Steve?
I got hit by a comeback when I was pitching right off the head.
Oh man, yeah. Getting hit by a baseball sucks. Tyler, you ever? No. We gotta
hey,
throw
wait.
a baseball at you.
Ask me. Come on.
You've definitely no. We gotta throw a baseball at you. Just like
No,
I feel like you know.
I was
it's-
hit by a baseball, and you don't even want to hear it.
what year?
4th grade.
That's not a year.
My dad threw it right at my face and said, catch it next time. And it went off my nose. And I started leaking blood like crazy. It was really bad. But we were going to the Rocks game that night. And he said either cry and stay home or get it together and go to the Rocks game.
Yeah.
So I went to the Rocks game,
There
baby,
you
and I
go.
made it.
Yeah, he said put some tissues in your nose, stop being a little bitch, and let's go see the Brockton Rocks.
We can't miss this game.
Yeah, or you can stay home like a little pussy and watch Barney if you want.
I fucking made it to the game, baby. Hell of a game.
Yeah. That's toughness. So Williard Abreu just made a fool out of the Sun. Next line here says Williard then goes nips for trips, 420 to center, by the way. This was in the same inning in the 4th. And Tyler, did you go nips for trips on the timeline today or no?
I posted the nips from the last podcast.
Oh.
Those
Okay.
were fresh nips. Come on.
Was
he
that
did
the first
he
time?
also did multiple nip picks. So just
I
one.
was
Yeah.
missing a nip in one of the screenshots.
Yeah.
Okay, so that screenshot from the nips on the podcast, were those fresh nips to the timeline? Have you posted those nips before on the timeline? Okay.
No, I have
All right,
not.
so it's fresh to the timeline.
Correct.
All right, so do you want do you want the opportunity to set up your next nips for trips right here on this episode? You can set up the nips for that triple.
It's like you got to fill the bucket up. Like you got to have nips
Yeah.
in there for future games.
Yeah,
I'm
nips
going
in
to
the
be
holster.
honest.
Nips in the holster.
I'm going to
Yeah.
give you a preview here. The next time there is a triple, it is actually going to be in-person live nips.
Ooh.
I am planning to start mixing them in here and there on occasion, so there's going to be different versions that come. I don't want to do the
Hey.
podcast one back to back.
Baltimore,
Okay.
too, with that left field wall. There could be some weird
Yeah.
bounces. Get ready for some
Yeah.
triples.
Like, I want to pull over on the side of the highway and just take a picture of my nips right out there, and I want to see what the reaction
I want you standing outside, not like in the car. That would be
Yeah.
hilarious. Cars driving by, Tyler's nips are out.
So it'll be
Car's
coming.
upside down. He's been in a major accident because of how excited he got about the triple.
Sorry, babe. I still got to get these nips. It's a triple.
I mean, like, we're talking about a dude that crashed into 3 cars. What was the reason for that?
3 cars. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that was
Burger
really
King
bad
had
on
a
my way to
special or
98.5.
something.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to say what I was doing because it could get me into trouble, but I was multitasking at the time.
Yeah, like
and-
something like Red Sox related happened. Like,
Well,
It
fuck the
was-
guy in front of me who wouldn't speak to me and roll his window down because I seemed threatening or whatever it was. I'm the least threatening person in the entire
whatever
world.
adjective he used to describe
I was
my
brandishing a weapon.
off-putting vibes.
I was trying to get somewhere and I didn't have time to bullshit, and he's calling the cops, terrified. Oh, rammed into your car. Grow up. Fuck your car.
Suck it up.
The Saturn
going-
was dying.
Yeah, I was going 70 into 35, and he got all pissed about it.
Guy's
after I
car was
crashed into his
demolished
car.
and he was like mad at me or something.
Dude, we were the same age. Like, I thought he'd have some kind of feel like, hey, man, I get it. You're young. Like, let's figure this out. No,
Yeah.
he's calling the ops
No.
on me?
Like your
Right.
wheels still work, moron. Just drive away.
Yeah. Yeah,
Slight
you're only
damage.
paralyzed from the waist down. It's not a neck down type thing.
Yeah, come on.
Damn it.
What were you gonna do? Run a marathon? Obviously not.
Yeah. Clearly not now.
His car was
Definitely
nicer
not
than
now.
mine, too.
Next line here says, I thought the Devers sack fly was 550 to right.
Oh my God.
Didn't even make it to the warning
He
track.
posed,
1-0
baby.
Sox.
I yelled get out. And then they showed the camera from, that shows the outfield. Not
Devers
even close.
posed. Like,
Yeah.
Devers, like, fuck, he stroked it and he posed, and I was like, get the fuck out. And next thing you know, it's caught well in front of the warning track. But
He
it
had
is
one in
a
game
sack
one
fly.
that was similar, right? I think it was game one. And I was
The
like,
center?
that's at least off the wall. And it's just right to the center fielder. Crazy.
Yep, yep.
Tyler?
Tyler?
Did you guys see the celebration when he went into third?
Oh, it was a squeezy.
He's doing the squeeze, like this tit squeeze. Nobody's covering this or talking about it.
Tyler, you're the nipple guy. You should cover this.
I don't know. Maybe I need to
this
show up
right
and
now.
ask a
Tyler,
question.
cover this right now. You have
yeah.
the platform. Cover this.
What else does this mean in any society? What else could this possibly entail? You squeeze titties in every
Flashing
country.
lights. Yeah, it was squeezy today, for sure. I saw that. I knew you saw that, too. I was like, Tyler's not missing that. Yep, 2.
I saw it in the dugout, too. I can't remember which game it was this series, but they showed a shot from like second base. Looking into the Sox dugout. Someone was squeezing boobs. It's
definitely gone from clawy to squeezy. It's been noticeable.
Yeah. Next line here says, thanks for getting in a super easy out rundown, idiot, in the 5th. It was 1st and 3rd with 1 out, Yelly ground ball to Dom Smith, who was playing in. And it became 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. And then Houck struck out the next batter to end the inning. And that was in the 5th. Just something to point out. It was a big moment. And you know, we talk about Tanner Houck and his demeanor on the mound pretty often, how he's just super calm all the time. Even when he gets out of big spots, you're not going to get like a fist pump scream Nick Pivetta type thing. He's just like, this is what it is.
Are you talking Houck?
Yeah.
He gave up a hit, and then you know where they're pointing to either like short or second for who's going to cover second. He was just doing one of these like, which one of you guys wants it? You know, just you pick between the two of you. Let me know. I'll be on the mound. Just shout me out. He is the chillest dude
super chill
ever. Love that demeanor too with the guy that you just like. Duran was great in the post game, being like, sometimes I kind of fall asleep in left field because he's that good, and like I just don't really expect anything to come my way. That is what it feels like watching the game at home.
Tanner Houck goes 6 innings, 93 pitches, 63 strikes, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. The ERA is now down to 1.90. And I don't want to put any jinx out there, but it is worth noting he has not allowed a home run in his last 53 1/3 innings pitched. I'm not jinxing. This is it's something where you just have to mention it. Like it's very impressive. I believe he has the lowest home runs per 9 in the big leagues. I believe that is the big league mark. It is. Thank you, T-Dog. Steve, put your fucking hands up, dude.
I was. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Put it back up.
I just want to make sure.
Do we not have Jake put his hands up just because he's producing? Is that the idea?
Yeah, he's got to keep his hands on the wheel, dude.
Jake's, he's doing a ton of stuff over there. He doesn't
I was
do
just
that.
curious.
This thing just turns off.
Yeah.
Spinning records.
If he lets go of the steering wheel, God knows where the ship sails, you know?
He literally is driving this thing the whole show. No, Jake, it just goes to black.
Yeah. Did you not know that?
Me?
Yeah. You.
I never want to assume anything that Jake does. I don't ask questions, so no, I was not sure he
You
was
just did.
driving.
You did just ask.
Well, it was different. It was a different question.
What do you have on Houck?
Splitter. Tanner Houck, it's all about the splitter right now. And he said it after the game because he didn't feel like he had his best stuff. He was kind of falling behind. But you go back to the originator of the splitter for him, it's because he couldn't get lefties out. Now he throws it against lefties and he throws it against righties. He threw it 31% of the time. Still his number 3 pitch, but it was responsible for 6 whiffs. He had 13 total in this game. And you go to what the splitter has been this year, opposing batters are hitting 194 against it with a 224 slug. It's nasty, and we've talked about it having more vertical drop now, the increase over there. He's just getting more and more confident with every start, and that's where I think, like, you may wonder, oh, well, did we overhype Andrew Bailey? You are not getting this version of Tanner Houck without Andrew Bailey. This is years in the making. It's just all coming together for him, and it's why, like, I'm fully confident what we're seeing in Houck. Is he going to be, a 190 ERA guy? No. But is he going to be maybe more than a number 3 starter, maybe close to a number 2? I think that's a real possibility here because these changes aren't something that's going to just fall away. He's developed a real third pitch, and it's a nasty third pitch.
I don't think guys can, see the ball, especially during the day. He's given up 1 run in day games. Like, it's already filthy enough, the movement he has, and he kind of hides it as well. Some of the swings, I'm like, I don't think you saw that. I don't think you actually, saw what that was and were able to read what it was doing. He's a weapon.
It's the delivery, though. Like we talked about Chris Sale, when you would flip and do the mirror image, that's what it was. His ability to hide the ball. They tried to play off so long. Now he just has the third pitch to go with it. And I don't know, man. I never thought he was going to be able to get that pitch where it needed to be. It seemed like he didn't think he was going to get it to where it needed to be.
Yeah.
For it
Imagine
to
having
now
both
be
of those guys in the same staff. Oh,
We tried that. What was his
Good point.
what was his third pitch? Was he throwing a 4-seam, a 2-seam? Like what fastball was he using last year that was obviously getting lit the fuck up? No offense to him.
4-seamer got absolutely demolished. The line was, going back to 2023, 291 batting average, 325 batting average, 550 slug.
Jesus. Yeah.
And, before that, he was mixing with different stuff. It was a changeup at one point, if you really want to go back to when he was like coming up at the ATS site and all this stuff. There's been talk that it's a different grip on the splitter this year. That's why it's moving a little bit differently. We haven't heard too much from their camp, but man, if there's something to assign to Andrew Bailey, it is that, because he could not figure it out with Dave Bush or on his own.
Well, that's also one thing to keep in mind with Bailey, too. And especially, I mentioned it last episode with Bayo, and now he's the youngest starter here. Like, I am interested to see, we talked about Cutter earlier. All right, he's losing confidence in his sweeper. Is there a different grip he uses in the offseason or even all-star break? They'll tinker in the middle of the season. That's more what I'm waiting to see. Because, yeah, the initial stuff looked great. As Steve pointed out, teams are going to adjust to that at some point. So how do we get it to where they're comfortable with these arsenals? Obviously, Houck seems as comfortable with any pitch he wants to throw right now as anyone in baseball. But for when Pavetta, because I even saw stats point out, he was just trying to get fastballs by people, and none of it worked. Not for a fucking second did it work. So how do they get comfortable with these off-speed pitches that we want to lead with? And some of that will be tinkering. Some of that will be different grips. Some of it will be different pitches entirely. So that's really what I want to see. And we should have learned this lesson with everybody. Like, we gave David Hamilton praise after he sucked. Willie Abreu, we were all frustrated with. Jared's still very frustrated with Vaughn Grissom, even though he lost 14 pounds. Like, maybe let's let the sample sizes play out on everything. Maybe.
I'm not frustrated. I just want to jump in here for a second. I'm not frustrated with Vaughn Grissom. I'm frustrated that Chris Sale is so awesome this year.
But
And
we
we
knew.
got Vaughn Grissom for Chris Sale, and I just wanted him to be awesome too. And I'm willing to be patient for him. Like, if I start tweeting about you, that's when you know that I'm actually I haven't tweeted anything about Vaughn Grissom. Once I start like tweeting about like how bad you are, that's when like I've reached I know that this person is going to see this, and I'm immediately just burning my bridge with them forever. That's
you
what
do
people
guard
don't.
that. You do very specifically guard that. Like,
I do,
this is going to be
because-
it with this guy. Should I hit send?
Yeah, because I just know that that's how players are, and
Definitely.
like everyone's like, oh yeah, why don't you rip this guy, rip that guy? Because like you can do that, and they're not going to give a fuck about what you say. But if I fucking tweet something, I have to hear about it for the next 3 goddamn years.
Caleb
Like,
Ort.
and I got to hear about it from his friends and his family and his fucking wife, and like there's just very different implications when I tweet something and when you tweet something. But I mean,
How
can
close
we,
are you?
Not even close.
Okay. All right. I
good.
love to hear that.
Hey, all
Yeah,
we
I've
need to
never-
know. That's
I've
good.
never even come close to tweeting about my frustrations with Vaughn Grissom because they're not that intense. It's just like, would I have loved if he came out of the chute guns blazing? Absolutely. Do guys have slow starts? Yeah. Like, did he get sick and lose weight and didn't have like a normal spring training and all this shit? Yeah. Like, I'm giving him all of that grace period. With David Hamilton, I lost my patience a little bit. Because I was just like, who the fuck said that this guy was the defensive player of the year? He stinks. But then he started hitting.
He's
and I
also a
was just
nice
like,
guy.
all right.
He's a nice guy
And
too.
but not
He is a
to,
nice
yeah,
guy.
but not to mention he's a nice guy. And so I try to give David Hamilton praise where I can. But fucking Kenley Jansen, when I'm painting Easter eggs, just cursing this man's name, like, yeah, that had implications. Were there people that got upset about my tweets and fucking, I get phone calls and all this shit? Like, yeah, like I have to deal with it. Most, if not all fans don't have to deal with that. Tweeting about a fucking
Correct.
player and people calling me and fucking messaging me and like, leave me alone. Let me talk shit about you in peace. Like, if you
I'm talking shit about you. It has nothing to do with you. Stop involving me in my
Yeah.
shit talk about
Let
you
me
fucking
hate you,
asshole.
you dick.
yeah, at the end of the day, I'm talking shit because I want the Red Sox to win. Start winning,
Right.
and I won't have to do it.
It's true.
In
not trying to hurt
2018, I
anybody's
don't think there
feelings.
was a single guy you said anything any negative about.
No.
Huh?
2018, I can't remember a single negative take from you about a player near the team.
What was there to say?
It was
Right.
like,
That's what I
this is
mean.
One of the greatest teams ever. What can I do?
Yeah, like what was there to say? It was the bullets were going outside the fort.
Mm.
It was
no,
Hubs
based
that
on
was
everyone we
catching
played.
strays and
on the
Yankees.
attack.
Hubs
and-
actually is the one that got it.
Yeah.
Hubs is the one that got it.
I think when it comes to Grissom, like I'm kind of carrying a similar mindset as I am with Ceddanne Rafaela. And Grissom's younger than him, half a year
Right.
younger than him. Like you
Yeah.
throw in all the complications and all that other stuff, and maybe it's easier to excuse Rafaela because we see what he can do defensively. But Grissom, say what you will, he's 55th percentile outs above average. He hasn't been miserable at second base. It looks a little awkward at times, but like you're not sitting there like, oh fuck, like when David Hamilton was costing you game after game after game. No, you get a wonky throw or a little bit of a weird, path to
Vaughn
the ground
Grissom
or
has
whatever it
been
may be.
more than fine defensively. I would just like if he started hitting, and I have openly admitted, is it worse? Does it feel worse because of how great Chris Sale is pitching? Yes. Does
That's
that
it.
mean I would undo the trade? No, I would go back and do the trade again. It's 5 years.
When
of
we
Vaughn
recorded Name Redacted, it was me, you, and Lou.
Grissom.
And did we not all say, watch what Chris Sale is going to do this year? Because you
Yeah.
just knew. You knew a change of scenery, and one of those things was going to be it. And I
His
give
year
Core
and first
credit.
couple months is different. We do need to also factor that
Big
in.
time.
Is he still doing this in
1000%.
July?
I think he will be. I think what they're doing over there, I think Chris Sale, there was a lot of bad luck the last couple of years with what happened
Of
there.
course.
But he is a
I think when you're talking-
notorious rundown in the second half guy. We'll see. I'm not
It-
rooting for it.
He's
I'm
going
just
to
saying
need
I've seen it
breathers.
before.
And without Spencer Strider there, that's an even bigger problem. They're not going to be able to give him the breaks he properly needs.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying with Grissom, shout out to Core for stepping up to the media and backing him before the series. Thought that was a nice thing to do for a young player trying to get his feet wet.
That was a very
saying
David
he's going to
Hamilton
play.
thing to do. It was just a nice guy thing to do.
Yeah, nice guy. Mhm.
Nice guy. Very David Hamilton-esque.
Is there?
Shock
That's a
Garrett
movie,
Cooper.
right? The Nice Guys.
Yeah, it's starring
Yeah.
David Hamilton.
Yeah, David Hamilton and Alex Cora are the leads.
Hamilton?
Bobby Dollar.
About David Hamilton.
Yeah, Bobby and Hamilton. Yep, Nice Guys.
Next line here says, "Who the fuck does Quentin Berry think that he is?" Before we continue, because this is
Tyler's on Barry's side. What is this?
Yeah,
over
like,
here?
I was just about
I
to
have
say-
a hard time. I want to take Chris Martin's side.
Hold
I
on.
really do.
I'm with you. Before this is a 3-line block. I've got 3
Wow.
notes. This is the
that
first.
a
This might
record?
be the first time in notebook history where there's been a 3-line
Almost need a
block.
sound
It's
effect for that or something.
3 lines in one topic here. Once I figured out what the kerfluffle was all about, I was like, I think I'm on the Brewer side on this. I don't know. But like, the only thing I saw was a tweet saying like that Chris Martin was like bunt again, bitch, or something like that. But even Chris Martin after the game, he acknowledged, he's like, yeah, like bunting's a part of the game, I guess. He's like, he just kept saying it is what it is. Bunting's a part of the game. Maybe it pissed me off. It is what it is. It's like, yeah, no, it's definitely, you can definitely do it. There's no part of bunting where there's like an unwritten rule unless it's a perfect game in the 9th inning and you're down 8 runs and you try to bunt for a hit to fuck it up. Like that's unwritten rules with bunting. Or like, I mean, this is a complete side thought, but the fact that the Yankees never bunted on Kurt Schilling in fucking Game 6 of the ALCS may be the dumbest thing that ever happened in professional sports.
Right. They were swinging like first pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
swinging
going
for
there
the
hacking.
fences. A bunt was a guaranteed hit every time.
Every time. They were trying
Like
to
we don't
hammer
want
the
those
ball.
free hits.
Yeah. We're trying to do
The
it the right
worst.
way.
The worst strategy of all time.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. They didn't even square around.
Yeah, they didn't even attempt.
They
one.
didn't. Yeah. They did not even want you to think that we were thinking about bunting.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, once I heard about what the kerfluffle was about, I was like, I agree with the Brewers, but still, fuck Quentin Berry for, just
There was a line for Martin that I was like, all right, this is just not the time to say it. And he was like, maybe they don't think they can get a hit or whatever. Okay, it's
they
a
just
bar.
kicked
It
your
comes
ass
off
2
tough.
games.
Yes, they just beat the fuck out of you the last 2 nights because your offense couldn't keep up with them.
Not Chris Martin, though.
Not Chris Martin.
Chris Martin.
Yeah.
His hands were clean those other 2 games.
Let's take a step back. Is this the right time for something like that? Quentin Berry, it's like, all right, dude, like, relax. Martin said something under his breath.
Champion Quentin Berry.
Of course, 2013, but World Series champion Andrew Bailey out the dugout.
Next
Quentin
line
Berry's
here,
face.
Next line here says Andrew Bailey is ready to go to prison for Chris Martin.
He was in his grill in 2 seconds. He got out of that dugout immediately.
What happened in that 2013 clubhouse? Because Andrew
I don't
Bailey
know.
was looking for a reason to absolutely choke out Quentin Berry.
He was like, say it to me. Say it to me. You wanted to
Yeah.
just punch him right there.
Give me a fucking reason to knock you out, Quentin Berry. Something
I don't
happened
even,
in 2013.
I don't really blame Chris. When the second bunt went down, I audibly was like, what the hell are we doing here? What is this? I wouldn't be surprised if his whole baseball career, the first 2 guys of an inning trying to bunt has ever happened. That probably hasn't. So I did think it was a little bit weird. Is it excessive to then turn to like try to fucking bunt again like that? Probably. But then Quentin Berry, like, brother, what are we? He's not talking to you. Like, this is a classic. Like, dude, this is not about you. What are you doing? For him to take it personally is like, come on, bro. And then there's people in the comments being like, oh, you got to remember he was on the 23rd. It's all right. Yeah. Quentin Berry did win a World Series with the Red Sox. He played 16 games with the Red Sox. This isn't like David Ortiz is the first base coach for the Brewers. Like, let's calm down here.
That'd be wild.
That would be
Obviously,
crazy. That would be a
just the first
bizarre
base coach
career
for the
move
Brewers.
if he did that. But
Uppercut to Martin's chin, dude. Just knocks him out cold.
And also it's Chris. Like, what are you gonna do to Chris Martin? He's towering over. He's like
huge.
6'8". Yeah, he's enormous. So we just haven't seen that. Has Chris Martin? I know we haven't had him for that long. It's only a 2-year deal, but I don't know. He seemed like kind of a chill dude. So I was just surprised that he'd be that upset about bunts.
He can get a little.
I guess he gets a little bit, but not.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know.
gets a little. What's the word?
Early on last year, there was
He gets a
something,
little
right?
fussy.
Yeah.
a little
Fussy's the
fussy.
word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, if you're that big, you got to bend over. He's probably just pissed off. He has to bend down and pick the ball up, mess your back
It
up a
is
little bit.
It is a burden. Now, let me tell you.
Yeah,
It does
Coley would know.
suck.
You're taller than Chris Martin. You're 7.
The ground's so far away.
Yeah. I mean, and he's been fussy because he keeps ending up on the ground. People keep hitting the fucking ball at him,
Yeah,
and he's
killing him.
he's tired of it. My man
He
is
probably thought they were
tired.
making fun of him. He thought they were making fun of him.
Yeah. They're like, hey, you've been on the ground a lot. Here's a bunt. Go get that shit, you tall motherfucker.
Go feel that groundy. And he's like, enough.
I do want to sneak in real quick. Classic Nesson to cut to break. I'm like, what the hell was that? We're about to have a fight. And they're like, it's the summer of Subaru. I'm like, what the hell are we? What are we?
Dave O'Brien was
Feel
reacting when they
freedom, Subaru.
Oh, wow. Like,
And
what is
then we
going
come
on at
back.
Fenway?
Like Chris Martin's got Quentin Berry's head in his hand.
Yeah, Quentin Berry has like a
Bloodshed,
bad
yeah.
dent in the side of his head. Like, what are we doing? I kind of wish it was a fight. We haven't. Is 2018 the last one? The Joe Kelly one? Is that the most recent actual fight the Red Sox have had?
Yeah, it's this.
It's been 6 years.
The last fight or kerfluffle?
I'm talking like
By
punches
the way,
thrown.
I thought the word was kerfluffle. I'm adding the L there. It's
You
not
sure
there.
are.
It's kerfuffle.
No.
Kerfuffle.
But that doesn't. It's but it should be kerfluffle. What do you think,
I don't
Jake?
know.
What do you think, Jake? Because Coley's a fucking asshole.
It's so over the top.
Just like my dream all over again.
This guy Coley sucks. That's the name of the show.
What do
Mean,
you-
late, a true jerk.
Yeah. What do you think? Should it be kerfluffle or kerfuffle, Jake?
I feel like the L adds a little spice into it, so I feel like
I
we
agree.
roll with
yeah,
that.
it's like a kerfuffle. A kerfuffle is like a chip. It's like a kerfluffle. And I say, oh man, there was a kerfluffle. Then you know, oh, there was a skirmish. There was a Donnybrook. But kerfuffle sounds like it could be a snack or something. But
A
kerfluffle is
kerfluffle-
very descriptive about like exactly what happened today. That was a kerfluffle.
Kerfluffle kind of sounds like a snack that has fluff. Like I would eat a kerfluffle.
I guess, but when you think about it, right?
Hmm.
If we were to say there was a brawl, like we know that has to include fisticuffs. Someone threw a punch, someone landed a punch. That's a brawl. But a kerfluffle was it was a brawl that just has a lot of fluff. It has a lot of filler. There's no punches. There's just guys being like, "Yo, hold me back, bro. Hold me back, Steve."
I think this is one of your finer points, honestly. In
Thank
the
you.
years we've done this show, it's
Yeah.
got a lot of. It has fluff.
So
like
much fluff.
Today it had fluff. It was just like,
Mhm.
you got like Veritex. Everyone knows no one's really going to do anything. It's not like
No.
Quentin Berry's going to punch, Chris
No.
Martin here. So yeah, I think fluff works.
If Quentin Berry took a swipe at Chris Martin, he would hit him in the penis. Like he's a massive
A
person.
devastating
That's
blow.
maybe the only way he wins
Yeah.
that fight is if he hits him in the penis.
You guys saw the ump when Martin turned around because he heard Barry. The ump ran out, like completely dipped out of
Yeah.
the frame. He wasn't even trying to hold him back.
Kerfluffle sounds like it was the first name pitched for the Snuggie. Like, that's what I
Yeah.
figure. Like,
A
I'm
kerfluffle?
fluffed up on the couch. I'm comfy.
I
Yeah.
feel like Coley
Yeah.
would have a kerfluffle and be looking, fine as hell
Oh,
in the kerfluffle.
they don't
Yeah.
have them in this size.
Yeah.
I have
true.
a definition of the word from Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
What do you got?
It's not in the regular dictionary.
Nope, this is urban. This is kerfluffle with an L. A disturbance or hubbub, a small scale disturbance, an upsetting event.
Wait, so a kerfluffle, it is an L.
I'll send you guys the link right here. I'm looking at fluffle.
Kerfluffle.
Oh, that is a
The
K.
regular,
Is that
the
a K?
Oxford
They're all with a
dictionary,
K.
kerfuffle, the real one, a commotion or fuss, especially one caused by conflicting views.
Yeah, this might be the Mandela effect here, where everyone listening is like, I thought it was kerfluffle too. Because we also did a segment many years ago about how I thought it was wheelbarrow, but it's wheelbarrow.
It's barrel.
No, I
And
think
everyone
that
was
one I
like,
agree with you
wait,
with.
what? And I was like, yeah. Like, I thought for the first, 29 years of my life that it was a wheelbarrow that you rolled
Yeah.
around, but it's a wheelbarrow. And the amount of people that tweeted at the show and me being like, brother, I learned something new today. And I guarantee you, in this new age of section, like Tyler's having a fucking come to Jesus moment. I can see it right now. He's sitting there being like, oh, yeah, I thought it was
I was
wheelbarrow
testing
too.
it out. I had this problem with Wednesday when I was in school, where I believed
Mhm.
Wednesday was spelled a different way than it's, apparently spelled these days.
Wednesday.
Mm.
That's not the way I was taught to spell it growing up. And when I was in 7th grade and I found out, I was
Well,
appalled.
you went to Brockton Public Schools.
all
probably
I know,
They just told you to sound it out.
Wednesday. Wednesday. It really isn't that hard. And then I was
That
shocked.
D,
It was
that
really
D really
embarrassing.
has no business being in there.
I agree. What are the words, Steve? What was the one word that you just couldn't spell growing up?
I'd have
What
to
word
think
just
about
gave
that
you
one. I sucked
fits?
at spelling, but I'd have to think about some of the GHTs. Some of like if you start throwing in some of those, I could think of a good one, but not off the top of the dome.
Yeah. Coley?
Nauseous.
Yeah, that one's
Oh,
that one
Nosh
is
is
tough.
a tough one.
That is tough.
Nah.
Cincinnati. I messed it up every time.
Cincinnati.
I
two
still
N's.
don't know. Is it? I still
Two
don't know.
Ts?
It's CIN. CIN, right?
Yeah.
Sin,
yeah.
sin, but CIN,
Boom.
ATI.
That's the I do 2 T's instead of 2 N's at the tail end.
I
Did I
think that's
nail
a
that?
Massachusetts. That's the use to Massachusetts.
Yeah. Just carry the T, but it doesn't work
Cincinnati.
for Cincinnati.
Yeah, mine was restaurant.
That's a tough one.
That one does stink.
Yeah, restaurant.
I mean,
sucks.
my mother was like full-blooded Irish from Dorchester, so she couldn't pronounce fucking anything.
Yeah.
So I grew up just thinking all sorts of things were just not what they were because
Right.
of her inability to speak.
The accent, as someone that actually grew up like basically in Boston,
Yeah,
the accent makes it extremely difficult to be able to
So
sound it
hard.
out. Yeah, we're basically like we lived life on expert between driving
oh
in
yeah.
Boston,
Yeah.
having to learn things with a Boston accent. I don't know that T-Dog can relate, and Steve's a South Shore guy. He fucking-
Brockton, we barely had education.
yeah, you were at
We've
a
been fighting
different
since day one.
disadvantage than we were as true Boston kids.
Yeah.
Next line here says, "Pretty sure the Netflix people are in this kerfluffle."
Yeah, there was a Netflix guy that ran out to the floor.
Boom, mic and all.
What
That's
do you
crazy.
think they're
And he came
thinking?
out kind of late too. It was like, I think I should be out there. Yeah, you think? That's like literally the number one thing you should be out there for.
I mean, I yes, I have been in communication with multiple people, like the Netflix people for this documentary. I have not asked, but I will when I see them. Do you think they got yelled at for that? Because like you have unlimited access. You're in the clubhouse, you're in the dugout. But do you think that there is like a unwritten rule or there's a line that you can't like if Ceddanne Rafaela makes a sick catch, can they just run out on the field and film it like right in his face? Like probably not. Do you think that they got in trouble for that?
No.
No?
I highly
that
doubt
had
it.
to have been covered before the season.
Agreed.
If
I
there's a
would think so.
kerfluffle, that there's a kerfluffle clause?
I mean, in Jerry's defense, like he ran out there at a time where it was like I don't know necessarily if I can do this, but I'm gonna do it. I think we've had those moments in the workplace where it's like I should probably do this because my manager's gonna get upset if I don't. I think he had one of those.
Yeah, I think it was more, and why I respect it more is ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
don't
a
think
great
he was
way
like,
to
oh, I
live.
don't know if I can be out there. I think he was more just like, you know what? If a brawl happens, we're going to be in the middle of it and we're going to get it. And if we get yelled at for it, then at least we got the footage. Like they're not going to tell us to delete it.
What happened today where just the bench is clear and it's a lot of adults standing around saying like somewhat rude things to one another, but not actually about to fight? That happens 20 times a year.
Yeah.
Like they had to have known that was a thing when they agreed to this. And also at this point of the season, 53 games in, what do you think they're like? We're all creators here. We're in the content business. What do you think their storyline is right now? Like a third of the way through the season, what do you think they've latched on to?
Cam Boozer. That's what we're rocking with. It's a story of Cam
This
Boozer.
is a Cam Boozer doc. I also just, if it were me, listen, if I'm in the middle of a kerfluffle that is highly contentious, but no one's throwing punches, the second I see that Netflix camera, I'm swinging. I mean, like,
Don Zimmer
you have the
does-
chance. You have the chance
You
to
could be in the trailer. You could make
yeah,
the trailer.
you have the chance
You
to
could be on
just
the home screen.
be at the forefront of the most documented baseball brawl. Like it could be a part of history. It's like, oh yeah, remember that brawl where like Jared killed a guy and he hit him right in the temple, killed him, and the Netflix guy was right there. He got the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a situation on a baseball field where 10 times out of 10 it doesn't escalate into physical violence. You put the Netflix camera out there, yeah, I'm swinging. I'm swinging on the first person I see.
Jared, you mentioned some of this season being boring. The Sox, I know we throw out numbers of how often this happens. They haven't had a lot of these in this, version, this
kerfluff?
era of. They haven't had a lot of fluffles lately. I'm saying,
It's been
like with
6 years.
this, like whole rebuild and all that. Yeah, well, that was more than a fluff. They just haven't had
that was a
these.
fight.
That was a fight. Yeah. So
Can you
I
remember
was
the
kinda
last
excited.
kerfluffle?
last fluff, no. I mean, it used to be with the Rays like every other week, but now it's
a lot with the
not
Rays.
anymore.
Yeah, who do they?
They haven't fluffed in a while.
Was it Toronto? Did they get in a kerfluff?
Toronto,
with
yeah,
Toronto?
with why am I blanking on the guy with the Undertaker entrance?
Romano.
No, for us,
Oh, fucking
Oh.
Robles.
Hansel.
that might have been a fluffle with Vladdy
oh,
Jr.
it was Hansel. The name you're looking for is Hansel.
He was ready to fight the whole Blue Jays dugout. I think that might have been the last fluffle like 3 years
Over
ago.
what?
June 29th, 2022 on a hit by pitch. But it was
Yeah.
Pavetta.
Maybe it was the
Yeah,
same game
Pavetta-
type of deal.
Pavetta's ready to fight everyone at all times.
Yeah, he
so
wants
that
more than a
tracks.
fluff. He wants to upgrade to a
Yeah, he
record.
went up high against Kirk, and then the Vladdy was losing it in the dugout. Like started chirping.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Can't go up
Yeah.
high against
That
Vladdy.
wasn't even a full kerfluff.
Yeah.
No.
Manoa after the
Uh-huh.
game was like talking a bunch of shit about it. It was like all that.
Alec Manoa? No.
Oh,
Fucking shit.
Alec
What?
Manoa talking shit to Bob was
That guy.
a little bit of a kerfluff.
Little fluff,
Yeah.
more
And
talk than
Franchi.
fluff.
Yeah, it was more talk than fluff.
Devers has had a couple. He's barked at some people. Just barked, though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, Ceddanne has winner energy.
yes.
It's hard to tell when you're on the Red Sox, but he has winner energy. The leadoff double in the 8th inning, and his energy and emotion is more like, let's fucking go. Like, we have a chance to win a baseball game. Like, I know that we're a 500 baseball team, but we're gonna play like we actually have a shot to do something special this year, even though like we probably won't do that. He's not just, there are certain players on certain teams like this Red Sox team, 500 or worse, where they're just there to collect their hits and do their thing, and it's robotic, and it's just you go through the motions and whatever. So Don Rafael is not like that. At least he doesn't give off that energy. So that was something that I want to note about him.
I busting it down the line there and beating out a regular ground ball to shortstop was just super impressive. I know I saw Stats had a tweet about it, and we mentioned it a lot about how he's struggling at the plate. I feel like I'm just watching a different version of him or something, where his average doesn't seem like what it actually is. I expect it to be higher every time he's up there because he seems to come through in some big moments. He's active in the box, active in the field, and consistently just has that right energy, that right vibe that you need on winning teams. And he can hit. Like, I think he can hit. I think he already can hit. He's got the most RBIs on the team, 24 RBIs and 49 at-bats with runners in scoring position. It's, I'm kind of thrown off by it where he's hitting 208 right now, but he can definitely hit, and his batting average to me is a lie. Like, I wouldn't, don't look at that. I don't think he's hitting that.
It
like,
doesn't feel that way, yeah.
No, I'm like, he's not hitting 208. He feels like he's hitting 270 or 280. Or 250, maybe 240, 250. Maybe 240, 250.
I was in the 240 to 250 range. Yeah, I was going to say 240.
But 208 right now just doesn't feel accurate because he consistently gets big hits, hitting 667 with the bases loaded. He's hitting 417 with runner on third and less than 2 outs. I am kind of cherry picking here because there's other stats that aren't as good. But yeah, I really like Rafael and what he's not just the field, because the consistent thing with Sox fans right now is, oh yeah, you can field, but I don't know if you can hit. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just saying eye test, his average is higher than 208. It simply is. He's had
Tyler's so ready to shit on this, and
I know he would. I'm just saying.
No, Tyler, you're not suspended, but Jake mute his mic. He's playing like he didn't get paid. Like he's playing like he's trying to still earn his spot here, which I respect. Not that like, oh, he got $50 million, time to like retire. But he's playing like a guy who like might get sent down to AAA when there's really no chance of that happening.
He might be, all things considered, if we level out like expectations for like, Devers is a star and Casas, he might be my favorite player on this team. Like of everything that he brings, of what his potential is, to your a really good point, Coley, of like he's playing like he didn't just get paid. He gets pissed off if he doesn't make a play. I love Rafaela. So everything he's done. And I Tyler, you're not going to be wrong in saying that he can't really hit, but
no, I agree with you. Like on the bigger picture stuff with him, I do think he's a winning ball player, and I think the fact that he comes up in those moments isn't by accident. I think he has a knack for putting the bat on the ball when he needs to, something this team struggles horrendously with. It's just the other stuff. I do think the batting average being roughly 200, sure, he can do that because he's going to put a bunch of balls in play, but in terms of the contact he's making, his 4th percentile average exit velo, 3rd percentile chase rate. Like everything that you did have worries about when you looked at what he did in the minor leagues has been very real so far. Does that mean he can't be, a league average hitter or anything like that? No, I don't think that's the case. I just think we're a ways from getting there, and I don't think we're going to see it this year. I think we're going to need an offseason of him really kind of locking in and, making some more changes, just seeing more major league pitching. But right now, I just think this is the reality, but he's worth it with the defense. Like what he can do defensively for you will carry, one of the worst bats in baseball. That's just the reality of the situation.
I just don't think it's going to stay like that. Like when you show this many signs that you can hit, I don't think you're just going to suck at hitting. Like I don't think that's the trajectory that he's on right now. 2 really good late game at bats in the last 2 games. I know the game on Saturday was already over. You're getting 100 miles an hour thrown at you off speed, and then you get a hit on it. I was already going to count that as a strikeout. David Hamilton made sure to get that. But on Sunday, leadoff double, and then Duran, who's just an absolute menace, is driving him in. So I love Rafael.
I think it is interesting. Like you did jump ahead.
My bad.
Somehow we haven't finished the 3rd game. Here we get the 2-hour mark. I think it's interesting you pointing out those stats. I don't think they're fake stats, because when the bases are loaded or there's a guy on third with less than 2 outs, the pitcher's not going to be going too far away from the plate.
Yeah. Because
he doesn't want that pass ball and that run to score. So when he's at least locking in those moments where it's like, I know the ball's I'm not just going to be chasing some slider 18 inches off the plate. If the ball is thrown over the plate, he's going to get bat to ball.
It's true. Yeah, he chases like you read about, but cut that down and we're in a much better shape.
It's just when you look at the profile, there's not many guys in baseball who can survive with how he's going about things. That's not saying
gonna
he
look
can't.
At the profile.
We should
Not
trade
going to
him.
do it.
I think it's just one of those things with him where as long as your expectation, right? Coley says it all the time. If you thought he was going to be Mookie Betts or some slugger or something like that in the outfield, I think you're going to be disappointed. I think the hope is he becomes a league average bat. Because if he becomes a league average bat, you're golden with that defense. He's going to play 15 years.
And if he's league average bat with some of these really important swings, it'll feel even better than league average. So
Right.
that
There
should be the goal.
He's never going to walk either, so don't expect that.
Next line here. Jaron Duran also has winter energy and needs to be an all-star. Go ahead, RBI.
Voting, by the way, real quick, Jerry. Don't
Yep.
want to cut you off.
Yep.
Don't want to
Yep.
cut you off. Sorry for
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Sorry for cutting you off.
Yep, that's I accept your apology. I do.
Thank
I
you.
really do.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. I really do.
I believe. Yeah.
Hey, hold on,
yeah.
hold on. Come on. What the fuck? Not on a holiday weekend. On a holiday weekend? Come on. Come on. For me?
But
I hate
Yeah,
attention.
no,
I hate it. Stop making this about me. Stop making this about me. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to say all-star voting, I believe, starts within the next week. So
All right.
Duran.
Get on there. RedSox.com/vote.
they won't.
Yeah, then-
They weren't doing it back then. They're not doing
they
it.
gave
It's
up.
the worst.
Once
We
they
never
voted
voted
Kojima,
ever.
they were like, "We did it. We're done."
The absolute Xander was in that Final Four every fucking year when he should have been starting the game.
I know.
That's fair.
Who is this Sander? But people would treat it as if he was like some fill-in guy. It's like, oh, just your star shortstop.
Oh, just the dude that wins the fucking
The guy's gonna win Silver Slugger again.
Silver
this year.
Slugger
Yeah, yeah.
every year. Yeah. Kenley looked really good. Red Sox 9-0 on Sunday. Red Sox 2. Brewers 1. It's a win for your 27-26. Mid as fuck. Their record is mid. Their position in the standings is mid. Third place Boston Red Sox. Wow. What a series. What a series.
Hell yeah.
Today I had some blue moons at the child's birthday party. Some beers can say they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. And no beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. As I said, child's birthday had Blue Moons there. It was a good time. We celebrated the Red Sox victory. A lot of elderly Red Sox fans there. A lot of I would say new Section 10 fans, dare I say. Yeah. The grandfather of the birthday child was very intrigued. Was like, hey, heard you're a baseball guy. What's up with that? He likes the whole league, so I put him on a Baseball is Dead. He was like, oh, I never miss a game. I was like, oh, 162 guy, are ya? Well, guess what? I got the program for you at Section 10. And I was trying to direct
Guess what
him.
now, matey?
Oh, yeah,
What's up,
Section 10
Pawpaw?
now. Put on the YouTubes. So maybe he's watching, maybe he's, I don't know, but shout out to him. We were drinking Blue Moons together. So Blue Moon, perfect beer to bond over baseball with. That's number one. Blue Moon is the beer to bond over baseball with. And we appreciate everyone who's going out to the ballparks across America and even Canada that are drinking Blue Moons and taking pictures and post them on social media, tagging us, and we're sharing all the ones that we get on the Section 10 Instagram and so forth. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. I just want to point this out. Steve?
I just want to say real quick before I forget, we mentioned the 162 guy thing. That should be one of our shirts. We should make that a shirt.
Yeah, I agree. And 162 girl shirts.
Exactly. There you go. Jared's for the girls.
For the girls.
And the
For the
gays.
gay,
For the girls and the gays.
And the girls and
162
the
gay.
gays. 162 gays. Yep. 162 guys, 162 girls, 162 gays. We are all in support of all that. A lot of the Section 10 gays reached out to say thank you for being an ally when we took down the Shea Hillenbrand bat last episode. Just letting them know, hey, we support. We're with you.
Yep, absolutely. And merch update real quick. A lot of people ask. The latest we've been told, I mean, this is out of our hands, but we are pushing these people. And the latest we have been told is that the merch site should be ready this week. Just saying.
This week. All right, cool.
That's
I
the
like
latest.
that. Whoa,
Hands up. I'm the
I didn't say it.
messenger.
Don't hold me to it. I didn't say shit.
I'm the messenger.
J-Dog.
I did say something on Reddit, but it was only because Steve said it.
I'll say that I said it first.
Steve said it first. Steve said it first. Did I say on the air? Was it on the air or off the air that I put in I always buy my sneakers, but for the first time I put in a bid on sneakers. Did I say that on the air or off the air?
On tied in the 8th, right?
I said that on tied in the 8th.
It was tied in the 8th.
First I'm hearing it.
Okay, all right, yes. All right, perfect. Yes. Now that I recall. So I got a Section 10 jacket. And before anyone freaks out, they're not as far as I know, they're not for sale. We might
Nope,
I think we're going to sell jackets, but this one was a one of one. It was a custom piece. So I bought sneakers to match my Section 10 jacket. And then I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, well, why don't you get sneakers to match your Sea Dogs jacket? And I was like, I bet you there's some pretty sexy black and teal sneakers out there somewhere. So I fire up my no free ads sneaker app and I see a pair of these black and teal sneakers. And I was like, I got to take you home with me. But they weren't, you had to bid on them. And I've never been a bid guy.
Mhm.
So I throw in a bid and just got the notification. It's a purchase. They approved them. So I got my thank you. You know what, guys? Fucking Jesus Christ today. Hey.
Guy hates the attention.
Thank you.
Look at how
Thank you,
uncomfortable
guys.
he is.
Thank you. Come on.
This is making his skin crawl. He doesn't want this.
I don't want this. I don't want it. Oh, please be seated.
Coley's standing.
No.
I can't
Thank
stand.
you. Thank you. But I got the winning bid, so I now have my Sea Dogs sneakers that I'm gonna wear with my new jacket. It's not jacket weather, but I don't fucking care, dude. I'll wear that thing no matter what.
It does kind of suck that we just got our custom Section 10 jackets and it's like 85 degrees. It's really tough timing
these,
for it
though.
getting hot. Oh, yes. Very nice. I didn't know you were wearing...
Did you already get them?
Wait, what?
No, these are not them. These are mint.
Those
okay.
aren't teal.
That's mint.
That's not teal.
All right.
Yeah, that's not
It was a
teal.
little
That's
hard
mint.
to tell. That's mint.
Oh, they match your
shirts
shirt. Good
Yeah,
job.
shirts mint. Sneakers are mint.
This guy's just mint today. All mint.
Fucking mint, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm willing to sweat at Fenway is what I'm saying, because that jacket is top tier. And you know what? You can wear a little t-shirt when we get there for batting practice, but then by game time, you're going to wish you had a Sea Dogs little jacket to put on. It gets a little chilly. Gets a little chilly at the old ball yard. You know?
Shout out to Ben, by the way, for cooking up those jackets. Incredible
Shout out to
job.
Ben.
Genius jackets
With a J.
on Instagram.
With a J. Genius with a J.
Jean. Yep.
Genius. Get it?
jeans.
Like jean
jackets.
jacket.
Yep.
Jean jacket.
He
But
is
mine's
incredible.
a satin jacket. Mine's a satin jacket. It's not a jean jacket. But
It's Genius jackets to handle. Yep.
Genius jackets is the handle. Shout out to
Jean
Ben.
like pants.
Like jean.
Jeans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a few jackets from him, but I've also purchased them as gifts for other people. Like my dad has a sick Bruins jacket that Ben
Mhm.
did. Yeah. Check them out.
Yep.
Check them out. Also check out the Game Time app. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer that it gets the first pitch, with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. We should plan like going to a game. Just like go to the game. Like, I'm not even saying like, oh, go there, get press passes, and like make. I'm saying just like,
No, just be fans.
just fucking go to a game. Like, can we do that, Coley?
Yes.
Have to be soon.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Coley is about
he's
to
gonna get
give
mega-dad
birth.
status.
Like the miracle of life is about to take place in Coley's life for a third time. By the way, I know this is a ticketing ad read, but I got a great gift for the baby. A great gift. An awesome gift.
For your
Godson. I don't know if you want me to
That's
say
right.
it. For my godson. Only the best. Only the best. When he first enters this world, he's gonna be looking fresh.
Jared got like the smallest Sea Dogs jacket.
Yeah, he just got a little fucking Sea Dogs baby jacket.
And he already got the kicks too. That it's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
Photo shoot day one.
Yeah, that baby is never gonna go a day in his life without like a fresh pair of Jordans.
Oh, come on.
Good way to live.
Yeah. Yeah. But
My son?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
look at
godson.
Mixed kicks. I would watch that if you do this series. Mixed kicks. I'd
Mixed
watch.
kicks. Yeah. Can we pick a game live on the air? Let's pick it. When can you go, Coley?
There's a lot of moving parts here. Let's try and piece this together. Let's get
They're
this puzzle
playing
going.
they're playing the Tigers at home this weekend. And then they get the I don't really want to do a midweek game. It's that pisses me off. And then after that, the Yankees are in
I
town.
mean, the Yankees, right?
The
That
Yankees,
Friday?
I feel like we got to do the Yankees Friday game, right? June 14th?
Yeah.
Am I going to be home? Yeah, I am.
So, again, this is why there's a lot of moving parts. The finals
Yeah,
are
the finals is
technically
big,
could
yeah.
still be going.
Yeah, probably.
Technically.
What do you have to do? Just watch them?
I mean, I'm a mess. The Celtics are going to be in the finals.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can watch it in the Aura Club together. We'll go to the Red Sox.
That would be
they've
game 4 of the
lost
finals. That's tough.
2 fucking games these playoffs. Both times I've been in Massachusetts. The last state. All due respect. It's a me problem, not a Massachusetts problem. All
And
due
with
respect.
me.
I'm not leaving the state of Maine.
And they almost
unless it's,
lost
like,
game 1
job
when you were
dictated.
with Jared. So
But they fucking tried.
Yeah. So what if they're we'll figure it out. Because that Saturday game is also 7:15. We could do that as well.
that
Saturdays
might be
are
it.
good.
I think that's it. Yeah.
No, I can pull up. They have the final schedule set in
Oh
stone.
yeah.
It's
Game
not like they're
4
waiting
is
for anything.
Friday. The Yankees game Friday is Celtics, probably Mavs game 4. And
You
Saturday's
are
wide
correct,
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday. That's perfect. Saturday.
Okay.
The 15th. Ooh, fuck. Did you
Oh,
see
no.
that?
Acuna.
Did you see that baseball news?
Yeah,
he
I was
dead?
gonna say it, but I didn't want to interrupt the flow.
Is he out for the year?
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, and he tweeted sorry. That's tough.
Yeah, that is tough.
Damn.
But not as tough as it is to get tickets when you don't use the Game Time app.
Shame.
The transition god over here.
I'm devastated by that news. I think I'm gonna need a few after this
Yeah,
podcast to
couple
process. Yeah. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. They've got flash deals. Save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. Zone deals. Save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats for you. All in pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. You've got a great feature here where you get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. And your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Shout out to the folks at Game Time. They are just as ride or die as Blue Moon has been. They're just like, if Section 10's doing it, we're doing it with them. Let's go, dude. Fucking go. So make sure you support the folks at Game Time. Yeah, that sucks really bad about the Acuna. It's not like he wasn't. I think I would be way more upset if this happened last year. If we were just like sucking at the teat of history, and then this happens, you're like, fuck. I mean, he was having a down year, but still, it's never good when baseball loses one of its biggest names, brightest stars in one of their like prime years of his fucking career.
Right.
Yeah.
And
sucks.
it just happened 3 years ago too. That is
yeah.
And
Well,
after
that's
the
what he
game,
said.
Theo, like I didn't feel a pop. It wasn't like it was when I blew my knee out the last time. It was like, all right, this is the best news you could probably hear after the game.
I thought he said it did feel like that.
No, he said it was the opposite.
Compared it to his MCL tear, not his full ACL tear before, and he was wrong.
He thought it would be a month.
Yeah, he was literally like, I think I'll go on the 10-day.
It feels like just another, thing towards it being the Phillies year, which I hate to say, but it feels like reality.
I mean, are we looking at like an 09 rematch?
No.
Okay. All right.
Just put the O's in there.
Agree.
Mm.
Or, yeah.
Speaking of the O's. The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right fucking now. That's what it says here in the read, by the way. They're very enthusiastic about this promo deal. Head on down to Stop and Shop right fucking now. Use the promo code SECTION10, and that'll get you 10 cents off. What?
Tyler's in the corner begging for the. He looks like Deion Waiters
like,
right
throw
now.
me the
He's
ball.
begging for the
What's
ball.
going on, dude?
I'm really scared to say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to be a man and say it. We didn't touch on Brad Keller. Damn it. I knew it.
What?
Try to be a good person.
That's not being a good person. You acted like we skipped one of our unforgettable classic segments.
Yeah,
I was
and that'd
scrolling
be
through. I'm like, we must have missed something big.
Unbelievable if we went past it.
I mean,
and you were like,
by the way,
Brad Keller.
I'm not saying that Brad Keller wasn't going to get discussed,
Correct.
but that's very much like a final thoughts. Final thoughts here? Oh, yeah, like the Red Sox signed Brad Keller. I talked to him today. He's a good guy. We go way back. I gave him a tour.
Advertisement from Stop and Shop, and Tyler's just like, hit up Shaw's. Dude. I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck.
2.5 billion with a B, Tyler. And you're like, well, can we talk about Brad Keller first? Like, Stop and Shop gave us $2.5 billion to do the look ahead. And you're like, I understand. But how about we talk about Brad Keller first? What do you think?
I just want to acknowledge
But
it.
what do you think, though? I know $2.5 billion from Stop and Shop.
I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that. This is a bad impression.
But what about
Shut up.
what if we talk about Brad Keller for free? What if we do that?
I thought there was like a game 4 in the series or something that we didn't talk about.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm
He
sorry,
can't help
Brad.
himself. I mean,
This isn't on me.
it's either he'll pry into a conversation to talk about something horrific or something meaningless.
Horrific and meaningless. The Tyler Milliken experience.
That's what
One
my
or the
dad
other.
used to call it.
Yeah. My 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Appleberry. She exactly how she called me.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Appleberry.
That is a 5th grade teacher name.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like Mrs. Cunningham.
Yeah.
Fuck
Miss
that
Easton.
name.
Oh,
Fuck any Cunningham.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I have a traumatic
Wow.
experience with that.
Jeez.
With what?
I was suspended for allegedly assaulting a teacher named Mr. Cunningham, which I never did. It was fucking ridiculous. This accusation was one of the most ridiculous accusations. I am the last guy who's ever going to hit someone. If you know me, you know I don't put my hands on nobody. Fuck Mr. Cunningham.
True.
Fuck his art class. Fuck all of them.
I'm pretty sure when we had our watch party at the Cask in 2022, you physically assaulted Pat Light.
I was grabbing him. I wasn't hitting him like
That's
alleged
assault, brother. You can't do that. It's against the
Mr.
law.
Cunningham said I smacked his surgically repaired back, and I did not. I greeted him nicely, and I was suspended 3 days afterwards.
You were suspended for assaulting a teacher.
Listen, my boy, Mr. Cairo, the principal, he goes, Tyler, I know who you are. I know you didn't do anything, but we got to do this. We got to do this because he's upset. I took the punishment like a man. I took my 3 days. I held it down.
Your principal was like, my ass is in the jackpot here.
It's legit. He was like, I can't do anything.
Something. Yeah.
He's like, I know who you are. I was suspended 3 games from the baseball team. It was a tough day.
It's like, Tyler, you know the situation.
You know the situation. I understand, but you know. Dude, and then he chirped me, bro. I came back from my suspension. You know what he says to me first day?
What do you say?
If I was your age, it'd be a lot different. Imagine your teacher chirping you like that in front of your friends.
He said you got to put him in the dirt there.
Fuck him.
He would have
bury him.
He would have thrown hands with you.
That's what he said.
But Terry, you know the situation.
I took it, man. I took it like a champ.
Dude, that is one of those clips that I watch every time. When it pops up on the timeline, doing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that. Tyler's like, I'm this docile little bird. And twice this episode, he's been like, my road rage knows no bounds. I become untethered when I'm behind the wheel. And everyone should be on my level when I'm assaulting them and brandishing a shotgun. And then I beat the shit out of my 5th grade teacher. Like, what?
He was not assaulted. I greeted him with a pat on the back.
He was not a good guy. He deserved it.
I thought he was trolling when it happened. I really did.
He stepped
Poor guy
out
just got his whole spine reconstructed, and Tyler just punches him in the C7.
I'll fucking snap it again. I promise you.
Stop and Shop is over here like, what the hell?
I know. I'm ruining this deal.
Stop and Shop is like 2.5 with a B, right? It's a B, right? Yeah. Use the promo code section 10. You'll get 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. It's the Baltimore Orioles. They're a good baseball team. The Red Sox are 16-11 on the road this year. It's good. With a plus 48 run differential. Very good. They have already been swept by the Orioles once this year. It's Cooper Criswell versus Swervin' Cole Irvin. It's Brian Bayo versus Grayson Rodriguez, and it is Cutter Crawford versus Corbin Burns. These are all recognizable names. If you are an Orioles fan. Cooper Criswell, 2-1, a 2.86 ERA. He's been extremely consistent in the rotation this year. He's only allowed more than 2 earned runs once in a start, and that was only 3 when he did it. His FIP is high, 390 compared to his 2.86 ERA, but whatever. Changeup has been fantastic, 28% usage, 212 batting average against. The Red Sox are 6-2 when he pitches and 6-1 when he starts. They score 6.3 runs per game when Coop Kriz takes the ball. That's fucking awesome. When he starts, specifically. Cole Irvin, 4-2 at 3.15 ERA. Veteran righty. He's been bounced to the bullpen, but who just went? The Cream Machine, he just went on the IL, yeah?
Correct.
So he's back in the rotation. His last 2 outings came from the bullpen, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, no walks. Did give up a home run. Don't really know why he got put in the bullpen in the first place. His previous 5 starts, he was 4-0 with a 1.19 ERA. Not a big strikeout guy. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But, I mean, he was pretty good in his last 5 starts. Faced the Red Sox earlier this year. 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. Gave up a bomb, got a no decision. The Orioles are 7-2 when he pitches and 6-1 when he starts. Brian Bayo in Game 2, 5-2 with a 4.04 ERA. He's had a tough time since he came back from injury. 15 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 10 earned runs, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, 4 bombs. That's a 5.74 ERA and a 6.19 FIP. The Red Sox, somehow by the grace of God, are 2-1 in these games. One of the biggest differences for Bayo this year has been the home runs. His rookie year, he was at 0.2 home runs per 9, 1.4 last year. This season, it has jumped to 1.7. Bayo's whip, however, has been much improved, as he is allowing a career best 7.7 hits per 9, 2 better than his career of 9.7. Bayo has completely dropped his four seam this year, but his sinker has been beaten up. 304 batting average, 507 slug, just an 11% whiff rate. The Red Sox are 6-2 when Bayo starts. Grayson Rodriguez, 5-1 with a 3.20 ERA, a 1.33 whip, 10.2 strikeouts per 9. Big strikeout guy, very good at it. Rodriguez has 7+ strikeouts in 5 of his 8 starts. He has double-digit whiffs in all but 1 start this year. He faced the Red Sox earlier this season, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He does walk guys. He has walked at least 3 batters in 4 games and only has 2 starts with less than 2 walks. The fastball gets a lot of pub, sits about 96, but the changeup is his best pitch. 23% usage, 191 batting average against, a 298 slug. The Orioles are 6-2 when he starts. Game 3. Cutter Crawford, 2-3 with a 2.89 ERA, a 1.20 whip, and an 8.8 strikeouts per 9. He's coming off his worst outing of the year that we just broke down. 4 1/3, 7 innings. What am I fucking drunk? 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run. His ERA went from 2.17 to 2.89. He allowed more runs in this game than he did in all of April, which was 6 starts. Jesus Christ. The biggest issue for Cutter has been his cutter. April, 30% usage, 171 batting average against, 200 slug. In May, 34% usage. The velocity is about the same. 405 batting average against, 667 slug. So it goes from 171 to 405, 200 to 667. The whiff rate is actually improved, 22% to 24%. But yeah, it's getting fucking teed up. The Red Sox are 3-8 when he starts and have lost 4 straight. Corbin Burns, 4-2 with a 2.60 ERA, a 1.07 whip, and a 9 strikeouts per 9. He led the National League with a 10.69 whip last year. He has a 10.66 whip this season. He faced the Red Sox in May, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, a home run. He has not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any of his 11 starts this year. He was pretty nice early in the season, let up a home run in 6 of his 7 starts. Unfortunately, he's now locked in and hasn't allowed 1 in his last 4 starts. Model of consistency, he's completed 5 innings in every start and has pitched into the 6th in all but 1. There were a lot of concerns about Burns. Last year, his velocity dipped, and it's not been an issue this year. His velocity is back up to the equivalent of his 2021 Cy Young season. The Orioles are 7-4 when he starts, and all 4 losses came consecutively. So again, that is Cooper Criswell versus Cole Irvin. That is Brian Bayo versus Grayson Rodriguez, and that is Cutter Crawford versus Corbin Burns. Coley, prediction time.
Swept.
Okay.
Like promptly swept.
T-Dog?
Yeah, I'm not going to go far from Coley here. This is terrifying. You're 6-10 against the Orioles going back to last year. I think you will get one. I'll go Cutter in that series finale, even with Corbin Burns on the mound. I hope Cutter can kind of just get it together, and it would feel very Red Sox for them to get destroyed by Cole Irvin and Grayson Rodriguez, who's second start off the IL now. Handled the White Sox last time, but should be full go now. They come out with the last one and barely survive, but I don't feel good about this series whatsoever.
Jake?
The Orioles got swept for the first time in like 2 years last weekend. I think they got a little taste of getting swept and forgot how much they liked it. So I'm going to take them to get swept again. Red Sox take all 3.
Steve?
I got the Orioles taking all 3. I didn't write anything down. I would rather go into this series expecting nothing and then maybe get something. So that's the goal this week.
My strategy of picking them to lose 2 out of 3 is not working. They The last 3 series, I've picked them to win 1 out of 3, and it's happened in 2 of those series. So I feel like I have to pivot. It's not working.
Dig a deeper hole.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Red Sox to get swept in this series. I'm picking them to get swept. Maybe like, I am not being negative enough because it was only they were winning the series that I was negative and they were losing the series that I was positive. Maybe I'm not being negative enough. So I've got the Red Sox getting swept in this 3-game set.
The first game, you don't have Tyler O'Neill already.
Nah, I don't think that.
That matters to me because I think that's a guy who just you hope runs.
It's like
into
lineup
one.
presence. It's like
He
having
doesn't have a hit in,
Gronk
like,
out there
6
as a
days.
decoy. Yeah.
If he can, it's better than Garrett Cooper. I'll take a shot at doing something over someone who hasn't done anything.
We were smacking around Cole Irvin last year, and if I remember correctly, earlier this year he beat us. So I don't like Tyler O'Neill played in that game. No, maybe he was out.
We smacked up Cole Irvin this year. 5 earned.
Did
5
we?
innings.
I don't remember that at all.
So actually, he's been really good this year. It's his only bad start.
Either way.
Hey, Steve, how about some weather, kid? Actually, I think I know the weather's going to suck, right?
Rain. You are fully correct. Weather Look Ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth. Also, the Orioles have just been plagued by bad weather for a while. It just follows them wherever they go.
Passed that over from last year. That was brutal.
Yeah.
Memorial Day on Monday, in case you didn't know, originally known as Decoration Day, is a federal holiday in the United States for honoring and mourning the U.S. military personnel who died while serving in the United States Armed Forces from 1868 to 1970, Tyler. It was observed on May 30th. Since 1971, it is observed on the last Monday of May. Game 1, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, first pitch, 81 degrees. Jared is correct. Thunderstorms, baby. Thunderstorms all day in Baltimore on Monday. 76% chance of rain around first pitch. That stays at around 60% chance of rain through 5 p.m., 6 p.m. around there. Monday does not look great in Baltimore, Maryland. Tuesday, Game 2, 6:35 p.m. First pitch, Eastern Standard Time, 80 degrees, mostly sunny. Game 2 looks the best by far. 3% chance of rain. So if you're going to this series, I hope you're going to Game 2 on Tuesday. The finale is Wednesday, 6:35 p.m. first pitch as well. 72 degrees, scattered thunderstorms during the day. Hopefully those are gone by first pitch. It's a 20% chance of rain around first pitch. That then fades down to about 10% as the night goes on. So yeah, watch out for the thunderstorms in Baltimore. That will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Wow. So it looks like some rain, huh, Steve?
T-storms, dude.
Yeah. I like thunderstorms. I'm a big thunderstorm guy. That's one of my most favorite things. Not just about nature, just in life.
I also like when they're coming in. I like when you say, oh, it's about to be a thunderstorm. It's nice.
You guys are angry.
Ooh. Yeah. Coley, final thoughts?
I thought it was interesting when the Red Sox Twitter account the other day previewed the City Connect uniforms and intentionally picked a picture of Tristan Casas. They have every single player photographed in those jerseys. Just thought it made me go,
What are you getting at?
Just made me go,
Okay. T-Dog, final thoughts?
Congrats to Zach Penrod on getting promoted to AAA.
Yeah,
I know
Zach Penrod.
we've touched on him on this podcast a couple episodes ago or whatever.
Definitely lead with Brad Keller, but
no.
Congrats
For
to
certain.
Penrod.
Brad Keller is part of the team. Yes. What do I have to say about him? Not very good with the White Sox this year. Started the year in the minors. It was a 4.86 ERA, 6.55 FIP. But you take out that last awful start against the Yankees, it was a 2.84 ERA, 3.92 FIP in relief.
Waited the whole night for this moment.
Maybe they can do something with Andrew Bailey. I don't know. Multi-inning. They're trying to stack depth. I think Zach Kelly's better.
Since Tyler cut out, it made me remember. If you're looking for positives for the Red Sox, especially in terms of like we were talking about earlier, Tyler was saying they need more talent in the rotation. If you look at the pitchers they were most closely tied to this offseason, Jordan Hicks and Seth Lugo. There were others, of course, but those two guys they were said to be finalists for. You have to be pretty confident in this front office's ability to look at guys who were not exactly traditional picks to be fucking all-stars as starting pitchers this year.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Steve, final thoughts?
Yeah, went to Cooperstown this weekend with my dad. Had an absolute blast watching the East-West game at Doubleday Field. But one of my big takeaways, and I had tweeted about this, there's just like no Ken Griffey Jr. stuff in the Hall of Fame. And it's super eye-opening when you see that there are halls dedicated to some of the other players that have mattered the most over the history of baseball. For any Hall of Fame, when I go there, let's say if you don't, you want it set up so that if you don't really know much about the game, you leave feeling like you have a great idea of the history of that sport. If I left the Hall of Fame and didn't know any better, I'd think Ken Griffey Jr. barely played. I think he was like, oh yeah, he had a couple of moments here or there. And it's not necessarily that like the player doesn't donate stuff. A lot of the stuff in the hall is donated by people that have purchased the memorabilia and auctions and whatnot. So I'm just kind of surprised that that's the case. But yeah, love the Hall of Fame, love Cooperstown, and they did a great job this weekend with the Negro League exhibit that they debuted and with the East-West game, which Griffey was at.
Jake's takes?
If Garrett Cooper ever bats third for the Red Sox again, I'm not watching the game.
I love it.
It's a good take.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. That was going to be my final thought. So I'm glad you said it. So I'll just retweet. There you go.
The Dom Smith podcast, baby.
No, it's not.
Cooper and Smith in a top 5 of a lineup is just oof.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I apologize.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Can I actually have one more final thought?
Nope.
Okay.
What is it about?
Bob?
Is it positive or negative?
Very positive.
All right, let's hear it.
Bob's playing a great right field down in Worcester. Whether it's
Bobby
throwing
Dahlbeck.
the bases, he's throwing lasers,
Bobby Dahlbeck.
jumping up and making nice grabs. Like, talk about trying to turn yourself into this super utility player. He can play the outfield. It's not average. It looks above average. Credit to him.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. By the way, the start times are a little wonky. That was a W this week.
It's close. You better fucking watch it.
They
pal.
are wonky.
You better fucking watch it. Yeah,
Jared, Celtics Mavs. It's happening, dude.
Yeah,
Kyrie
man.
Boston. What do you think, bro?
Oh man, I'm gonna boo the shit out of Kyrie.
Dude, you
for-
gotta boo
for
him
that.
so hard when he's here. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Wicked hot, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're probably, if you're listening to this right now, like game one probably already started. It's a 105 start and then 6:35.
And thunderstorms. This is gonna be a pretty gross series.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck, dude. As long as the Sox win, I don't give a fuck about what time the game starts.
I know,
And
dude.
go Celtics too and fuck Kyrie. You know,
And
what
shout
I'm
out to the, to those we lost and the families and
Yeah.
all that. Shout out to
Yeah.
you guys. This is
Yeah,
your
shout out
day.
to you guys. This is your day. We'll be back Wednesday night, Thursday
Mhm.
morning for you listeners. And appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. And we'll see you on Thursday. Go Sox! Woo!
Yeah.
Buenas noches, amigos.